guys, welcome back to another episode of Following Lucha. I'm Following, this is Lucha. This is a podcast where we will discuss the lore of Following Lucha. Just kidding. Too many things to say, man.
Wrong.
Too many things to say.
First off, we don't follow the lore of Following Lucha. That's the fucking show that we do. We follow the lore of Lucha Underground. And secondly, why am I Lucha and you're following?
Because I'm following, dude. You have more professional experience of wrestling than me.
Yeah, like, I'll take Lucha. Lucha's a cooler name out of the two. It's just like...
I'm just following you, you know? The podcast, you see.
I guess. I just never thought of it that way. I thought us collectively were following Lucha. I didn't realize these were our names.
No.
That's tough.
So,
I guess
guys,
I'll have to remember that for future intros.
This is the show where we watch an episode of Lucha Underground, and we discuss the lore, what happened in the episode.
Don't forget, sometimes we also watch Slam City. A lot of them.
And then we talk about the wrestling of the week of the episode airing, and then we talk about wrestling that happened this week. But don't get confused, guys, because we're not actually a wrestling podcast.
No.
I'm your host, Steven. This other host is JC. JC, welcome.
Lucha. Thank you so much, Steven. And I am glad you clarified that. We're not a wrestling podcast. If you came here for a wrestling podcast, simply go to hell. But we are here to talk about Lucha Underground, Season 1, Episode 27. We're back on track with our Lucha Underground lore keeping after we did one of our off episodes last week with Slam City. And guys, that episode sucked. Oh, maybe the episode didn't suck, but that episode sucked to make, I should say.
Preparing for the episode was really bad, guys.
Even sitting through the fucking explanation, okay? Explaining all these Slam Cities after a while, it takes a toll on somebody. So
the worst part was that we didn't even watch every episode of Slam City either. We missed like 2 episodes.
Are you saying we lied in our YouTube title?
So we clickbaited, guys. Unfortunately.
No.
I thought a video called every episode of Slam City would have every episode of Slam City, you know? That's what I thought. Apparently not.
To be fair, you did talk about the ones we didn't watch, even though we didn't watch them. So that's good.
And probably just explains it enough to like where we did watch them, you know?
Precisely.
Yeah.
I like the part where Randy Orton was confirmed into bestiality sex. That was great. Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, I was at Target today, right? And I went to like the inflatable section, you know, like the swimming pool stuff is that, right? Like inflatable dolls and stuff.
Okay. What?
Right next to it is like this punching bag of Randy Orton. That's like a cartoony version of him.
You're saying there was
nothing like him.
There was a Randy Orton in the inflatable doll section, Stephen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like one of those like punching bags you just punch as a kid, you know? It's like inflatable, so it like goes back up. Get punched.
Is it his body or is it just a photo of him on it?
It's not a photo. It's like a cartoon version of him, right?
Ooh.
But it looks nothing like him is the thing.
Randy's a tough one to get the accuracy right on, as we're learning. You know, but he's
maybe
kind
it's because
of...
like... He's just like bald, you know, with tats. Yeah. It's kind of hard.
He's kind of generic looking, and it took Mattel a long time to do it. Like, it wasn't until like 2014 or whatever. It took him like 4 or 5 years to get his head scanned down. And then he grew a beard and he fucked it all up. He grew a beard and it took them another 5 years. So, this is
That's
tough.
the worst, dude. Being a toy company, being outdated.
It really is, Steven. It really is. But either way, again, we're here, we're refocused. It's the lore of Lucha Underground. We watched episode 27, which was called Ancient Medallions.
Wow.
I feel like after episode 15, the team just gave up on these titles, okay? Like, we're as literal as we can get at this point, you know?
I like Best in the Business. I thought that was pretty fine.
I guess, because it was just a reference to a quick line. Like, I think it was Alberto and Johnny bust into Dario's office, and they called themselves the best in the business, you know? Yeah. That was nice. Ancient Medallions, not so subtle.
Can we wait for that episode that's going to be titled, like, Match... You know,
just match, yeah. Well, we already had like trios championships as like a title. It's close enough.
No, do we have like Mundo versus somebody?
Oh like, shit! I think
like in the title was it Mundo versus Puma or whatever?
Something like that. Some dumb shit. Either way, again, this aired on May 13th of 2015, Steven. Okay, over 7 years ago, and the episode starts off with a very, very focused and concise recap. Okay, it only talks about how we have a match to determine the #1 contender for Prince Puma's Lucha Championship tonight. That match is between Alberto El Patron and Hernandez. Steven,
My goodness.
who do you have winning this match?
I don't know. You know?
I don't know either.
I feel like both these men have like no story right now. Like canonically in the lore, right? Hernandez is the strongest wrestler on the roster.
A god, some
But
would say.
Alberto is also like undefeated, right? So it's very like even canonically in the lore of this.
I'm also confused about how both these guys are just kind of dicks, you know? Like, Hernandez has clearly turned on Prince Puma and been a jerk to him and sabotaged him. And Alberto just can't stop bullying Johnny Mundo. You know, it's just, it's really, it's so sad at this point. It's so sad.
But we'll learn tonight who is the better man, you know?
Who is the real
Lore-wise.
god in Lucha
Not in real
Underground?
life. In real life, it's pretty obvious who's better.
I don't know. I don't know if Sean Hernandez has any skeletons in his closet, Steven.
He might actually. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But
Not anything public, you know?
maybe not. But Dario Cueto is in his little cage room to start the episode, Steven. The one where he keeps that creature, the one that Black Lotus wants to kill. Dario is there with the
His
cage
bro.
creature. And you hear this growling coming from the cage. And then Dario, he starts talking. He says, "It cost me half of our dad's fortune, but I found them. 7 medallions sacred to each of the 7 Aztec tribes."
Oh my gosh.
Very cool, very
7
cool.
medals.
Which is good. It's like, that's Dario paying tribute to like the Aztec culture behind this company that a lot
In
of people thought
FCW.
was... What?
Yeah, FCW, when they had like medals. for
Florida
titles.
Championship Wrestling also pays homage to the Aztec gods, you're saying? That's good. That's very, very
You saw the
kind and
Iron Man
inclusive
match
of
between
them.
Dean Ambrose or is it Jon Moxley at the
You
time?
know what?
versus
Believe it or
Seth
not, I've
Rollins?
never seen it, but I've heard you reference it 15 times.
I seen that match 2 times in my life, dude.
Okay. Congrats. You just... most wrestling fans aren't like hip like you
It was
know?
peak FCW wrestling, in my opinion, man.
Yeah. You had those FCW tapes that we didn't have access to. You know?
So
Thanks.
true.
Yep. Steven, listen. I was
Yes.
saying that Dario was originally called out at the beginning of this series by not really caring about Aztec tradition. You know? He just wanted violence, and he was using the
They're just
Aztec...
milking the names of the Aztecians for this company.
Exactly. He's a Spaniard who came over here to South America, okay? And I guess technically North America, who has no real
Central
allegiance
America.
to the Aztec traditions, okay? But here he is collecting all the medallions that are sacred. That's a big step in a positive
Like
direction.
Pokemon. You just collect them all, you know?
is.
It's crazy. Where were they? We don't know.
We don't know. But
Just
he says...
got all of them.
when you have all of them and they combine, whoever holds them all, it makes that person more powerful than you can imagine. Perhaps even more powerful than you. And he
For
points at
wrestling? Or for
cage.
like, in general?
I think in
like-
general is the implication.
Like godlike powers? Or
Ooh, shit.
like, can they take over the world, you know?
That's a good question. I mean, that's kind of what it
Maybe.
sounds like, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he says that,
Power
yeah,
scaling, dude. It's crazy.
the 7 medallions will make them stronger than whatever is in Dario's cage, which makes us
Yeah.
think whatever is in his cage must be so very powerful, Steven. Is it not?
Like wrestling wise or like real life wise?
Oh my god. Real life? Wrestling is real life. When are you going to get that through your
Ah,
thick
I
skull,
see.
Steven, okay?
I think the power scaling has gone a little too far now. You know, we started like Muno's like some dude from Hollywood, and now we're like fighting dragons and godlike beings.
Multiple godlike beings.
It's been like half a year, guys.
It has.
Come on.
But this is the sweet spot. This is where we needed Lucha Underground to end up, okay? Yeah, to really think that our
Entities.
first protagonist was Chavo Guerrero and now we're here is kind of tough.
We from travel to dragons to fucking gods, dude.
Let's go. And then Dario says, Papa would be proud because I'm going to get to recreate the battles once fought over these medallions many years ago. And so,
Who's his papa? Who's his daddy? You know?
who's his daddy? We don't
Who's
know.
his daddy?
That's a big reveal for the future. That's a...
Oh my God.
Holy fuck,
It's
but it
King
actually
Cuerno.
is. Do you know these spoilers, Steven?
No, I know 2 spoilers of who won the title because of Google Images. When I did some stuff like for video
No.
editing, that's about it.
You fool, but you don't know the Dario spoilers.
No, I do not, because I don't think anyone really cares about Dario.
How dare you? I
Lucha
only
Underground.
care about Dario. I don't think I would like Lucha Underground
Okay,
without Dario.
but do you think people actually watched it for the story, just for the Reddit clips to post about?
You bring up such a good point, Steven. Everyone was just on Reddit as they watched Lucha Underground.
That's legit.
Recording their phones.
Same thing, New Japan. It's just
New Japan.
cool
I'll give you
clips
that because like they don't have stories. You know, like I mean they do.
What?
The stories take place
They're all
over
the same
7
stories
years.
every year.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win the climax? Oh, I don't know. Probably the same guy who won last year. Yeah.
Steven, I think I had the perfect relationship with New Japan. You know, I dipped in for a quick like year and a half, and I dipped out. You know,
You did it for the peak, you know.
I did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had it any other way. But Lucha Underground, I was in for the long haul. Okay, Steven, I'm loyal. I'm dedicated. And
You're a loyal lucha maniac.
after we leave Dario's cage, we are his creature's cage. We go into the temple. Everyone's celebrating. We're ready for a new episode of Lucha. And Steven, this mariachi, this band that they have playing is actually very good. Okay?
Yeah, it's
compared to Amanditi Dita and everyone else. This is sick.
You remember their name?
Sergio Mendoza y la Orchestra. They
Yo, shout
killed
outs to
it.
them, dude.
Shouts out. I was so happy.
You know,
when
let's say
Vampiro
shout it out in
said
the
his name.
episode.
Who?
The lead singer for Suicidal Tendencies. He was in the
What?
crowd.
What is suicidal
the band?
tendencies?
Like a metal band.
Oh.
We wouldn't get it. We're not boomers.
I thought Vampiro said like Metallica or something like that.
No.
He didn't say Metallica?
He said Suicidal Tendencies.
Shoot. My bad.
Yeah.
I have no clue then. Well, shouts out to Suicidal Tendencies, Steven. But Sergio Mendoza and Ila Orchestra are here to keep us entertained tonight. And so too are the competitors in our first match, Aerostar and debuting in Lucha Underground
Oh my
from
gosh.
the heavens, Jack Evans. Steven, this is exciting.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Jack Evans?
Both these
Like
men.
in Wrestling Society X, dude.
Okay.
Now
very
he's in
cool.
Lucha Underground.
Yes.
Been like 10 years.
It's been a while. It's been a little while. But can we talk about how this is peak Jack Evans, okay? This is like Jack Evans right before his body gave out on him. And I couldn't
poor
be
Jack
more
Evans,
grateful
dude.
for it, okay? He looks great. And they're like, honestly, Aerostar's a great opponent for him. They're both like similar heights, you know? This works out very well. And this is Aerostar's first appearance since losing to Drago in their best of 5 series. So,
Wow. Good for Aerostar, you know.
I know.
Let me back
Well,
up, man. Last
I
time we saw
guess
him, you
so.
know, he was fighting for a title shot, you know? Well, not
Yes.
a title shot. I guess it was an opportunity against the
Yeah, for a
main
title shot,
big
though, for a
main
title
event
shot.
player Drago, you know?
Oh shit, he was fighting for a unique opportunity. You're right. He didn't know it was a title shot.
Then Drago beat Aerostar, and Aerostar's like, "Darn, I'm so sad I lost this match."
How do you think
But then
he
it
feels
turns
now?
out,
Yeah, how would you feel now?
probably really happy because Drago is gone from the company. Because
Let's
the
go.
stipulation for the match was if you lose, you're fired, dude. Your contract, it's over.
Never wrestling in the temple
And
ever
Aerostar,
again.
he's stuck on Earth, right? So it'd be pretty hard for him to like go back to space. I assume.
How
'cause
do you
he's a
know
space
that?
wrestler, man.
I feel like if he's a space wrestler, man, he probably has a very efficient
Does he
means
fly?
of getting back to space.
Or does he like
Well,
go on a spaceship?
I don't want to spoil anything for you, Steven, but I do have the answer to your
No.
question.
He does fly. No.
I can't say. I can't say.
Dang, dude.
Well, either way, I'm excited about Jack Evans being here. I've been waiting too long. As he comes to the ring, it's non-stop jaw-jacking and flipping, like physical flipping his body. And 16-year-old me was obsessed with Jack Evans. I tried to create a custom Jack Evans action figure.
What did you use? Like Kurt
Oh,
Hawkins?
Shoot, who I used an elite. Ah, fuck. Who did I use? It was
Which
a
is an
short
elite?
person.
I feel
It may
like
have
the
been
basic would have been better.
It may have been an Evan Bourne.
Uh-huh.
Fuck, I don't remember, but I turned his pant. Like, I got the attire and the body and the boots and stuff all done, but the
Right.
face scan, I couldn't do. I didn't have the ability as a 16-year-old to make a good-looking
No,
Jack
you couldn't
Evans.
face sculpt with clay at the time.
I should have just got, like, a
Unfortunately.
Randy Orton and given him a man bun, you know, honestly. But
Been
I
too
don't know.
tall.
I can't do it now. I can't do it now. It's sad. It
Yeah.
is sad. Steven, we didn't talk about this on the last episode of Lucha Underground, or Following Lucha, but I sent you it on like Discord or Instagram. Did you see the Vampiro figure that's coming out?
Yes.
That's sick. I can
Yes.
only imagine you will be ordering 5 of them.
I think the only wrestling toy I would buy right now is the G.I. Joe Sergeant Slaughter one.
That's so lame. You don't have any attachment
Why?
to Sergeant Slaughter.
I think it's cool. It's just a fucking G.I. Joe Sergeant Slaughter holding a mini Sergeant Slaughter toy.
You just think it's more socially acceptable because it's not a wrestling toy.
I mean, it is a wrestling toy.
I mean, I guess so. I think
the only... What is a
Vampiro-
socially acceptable wrestling toy to buy?
None.
Because, like, no one buys them at the stores, right? Like, there's no, like, rare figure, you know? Like, Transformers or Star Wars has. It's, like, one character specifically that everyone
Even
wants.
rare ones, because there are rare ones, like even new ones, like the AEW chases
But they're
go
not
for like
that hard to
thousands
find. I
of
guess,
dollars.
well,
you know?
chases are different, you know? Because, like, those are made specifically to be rare.
Yeah.
Some
Well,
they undermake
I mean, go
them.
back to
And then,
Elite
like,
1 then from
general.
2010. Like that Undertaker, Edge, and like John Cena figures, they go for a lot. You know?
Yeah, well, that's just the time tax. I meant, like, on the store, you
Well,
can,
what
like,
are
go
you
to any
saying?
place. You can go to any store, right? And just find any wrestler you want, essentially,
Not
from the
really,
wave.
no.
What?
I cannot find well, it's a Ricky Starks chase that I want now. I found the real
Yeah,
Ricky
exactly.
Starks. I
a
can't
chase.
find Thunder
You can find
Rosa.
Ricky Starks.
I can't find any
could.
Thunder Rosa. I
I
can't.
can find Thunder Rosa.
I've been looking.
I can.
Did you?
You know, I'll do it right now. Yeah, I'll find one right
When?
now, like next week.
I've been
I'll fucking
looking
send you
for
a photo,
Thunder
dude.
Rosa. I can't find her.
I'll send you a photo of Thunder Rosa, and you'll see.
If you buy it,
You'll
I'll
all
Venmo
see.
you. I'll PayPal you.
Yeah, PayPal me more, dude. $5 more.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to think. There are a couple other AEW ones because I just got Powerhouse and Ricky. I thought, or Cage and Ricky. I don't know who the fuck I got. I got Ricky though. That's the point.
It's just a toy. It's just a toy.
Cage?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a toy.
that's crazy.
They have a Team Taz is all in one series. It's all 3 of them for some reason. Aside from
Why?
Hook. Hook, I'll get his figure when it comes out, of course. But Steven, the answer
Yeah.
to your question is that no wrestling figures are socially acceptable, and nor should they be. You know, nor should they.
I feel like
be.
a John Cena toy would be pretty fun if you're like a child, you know?
Yeah, that's why they make so
Yeah.
many, Steven. This is why they make so many. Listen, Jack Evans
Okay.
versus Aerostar, and Matt Stryker tries saying the Foreign Legion in Spanish, like, because I guess this was a group that Jack Evans was in when he started up in Mexico. And
Do you know this one?
do I know who the Foreign Legion is?
Yeah.
No fucking way. I just know Matt Stryker tried to say it in Spanish, the name of the group, and then Vampiro just got quiet, and then he said, "Matt, I love you," and then it was just silence. It was
guy,
very nice.
you know?
It was very nice.
It's not his fault. He's born with a white accent.
I guess so.
Vampiro
But also, what the
can,
fuck's
like,
Vampiro doing?
perfectly
He's
speak
Canadian.
English.
You know?
He can speak Spanish though,
I mean, yeah, but you know.
like perfectly. I'm pretty sure.
Not
Maybe
native.
I don't know perfectly, but pretty well.
Pretty well.
Conversationally, probably.
Steven, I don't know if this is Lucha Underground lore we've talked about before, but I think it happens
Okay.
after Lucha Underground goes off the air anyways, so I feel okay
Oh, no.
asking you about it.
Yeah.
But Vampiro, before we started this podcast, how much did you know about him?
None.
So you didn't see the clip from AAA Mania, AAA's biggest event of the year?
You think I watch AAA clips, dude?
Listen, it went all over Twitter because Vampiro...
You think I use Twitter, dude? Wrestling
I
Twitter?
don't-
You think I use wrestling Twitter?
I don't usually
you
find
take
this
me
stuff
for?
funny, but because it
Yeah.
was Vampiro, I think it's the most funny thing, where he is on commentary, and then like the music goes off, and so it's real quiet, and then Vampiro just rips the loudest fucking fart you ever heard in your life on their WrestleMania, Steven.
Dude, it's like
It's fucked
when you're by
up.
yourself in a room, right? You really need a fart. It's like, oh, shoot, let me look around real quick. Hang on. You look one corner, no one's there. You look the other corner, nobody's there. You let it rip, right? And then, boo, right behind you in the hallway, someone just walks in.
No.
Right on cue,
Except
dude.
it's like
"Aw,
doing
man."
that, but you're also
Now they
being
know.
filmed and on national television. So,
Man,
It's
poor
tough.
Vampiro, man. Was it a wet
Poor.
one or like
yeah,
a loud
I'll have to
one?
find the video for you to consult, Steven, but it's fucked
Thank
up.
God, dude.
It's real fucked up.
Poor guy. They could have muted that too, you know? Like,
They
didn't
could
have to
have.
broadcast that. They could have just
Well, no,
muted
it was live. It was a live pay-per-view, but still.
Well, aren't they like 5 seconds behind usually, or like?
Dude,
couple
it's fucking
seconds behind?
AAA. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Okay, that
Aw.
might have been the same AAA Mania where their theme song was "Sorry for Party Rockin'" by LMFAO, and they played it constantly after every match they played Sorry for Party Rockin', and that was
so
like
good.
2016, 2017, and that's the only time I ever heard that song, and it still plays in my head occasionally from watching that one Triple A Mania. Do you know that song or no?
I know the first one.
No. Do you know Sorry for Party Rockin'?
No, I think that's when they lost relevancy.
Oh shit, poor Red
Yeah,
Foo.
unfortunate.
That's so sad.
I like their Sexy I Know It song. That was pretty popular when I was
this was
child.
Big for us when we were 12, man. 12 and 11.
Yeah.
That was huge. But listen, Aerostar at one point during this match kicks Jack Evans right in the ass. Okay, like it's a basement drop kick to the ass. And then Matt
Pretty
Striker says, Aerostar is going through the back door. And then Vampiro says, Matt, what did you just say? And then they have a cute little moment, you know? Good for them. Really fun.
Kiss.
Anal
so
sex,
nice.
Steven. I don't know if you got it, but anal sex is what they're talking about, Matt Striker and Vampiro on this broadcast. So cool. And then?
I like the part...
No, tell me the part you like, Steven. I'm excited.
No, it might be a spoiler for the match. It's near the end of the match, I mean.
Okay. The only other thing I have from the match is that Vampiro keeps talking about how much he loves how cocky Jack Evans is. Because Jack Evans doesn't shut the fuck up, okay? And he loves cock. Both those things are true. But he loves Jack Evans, and he keeps talking about, like, oh, I love this guy's attitude. I love that he doesn't stop. I love how cocky, how arrogant, how brash he is. But Vampiro hates Johnny Mundo for all these same reasons, you know? And it feels a little hypocritical. And I don't want to call Vampiro a hypocrite. I would never, but...
It's because Jack Evans presents himself better, you know?
Presents himself as better?
Because in the match, Jack Evans screams out, I'm a lucha god.
He doesn't. He is. Oh my god, another god in Lucha Underground.
And then he dies immediately after.
No.
Poor guy.
That's so sad. Aerostar wasn't it like a code red off the top rope?
Yeah, it was a top rope code red, and Jack Evans like starts twitching because he just got his neck broken.
Very good. He's the only
so
wrestler
he might just be
I'll accept
dead
that from. You know? Oh shit! Remember when Finn Balor spasmed out and started humping the floor? It was like that.
Oh my god, he started spazzing into his demon form. It was crazy. Like his theme song was playing. He started like spazzing out for every like heartbeat, right? And he got back up and it's like, oh, right? He starts beating the shit out of Roman Reigns, and then he just falls down from the turnbuckle and dies.
It happens to the best of us, honestly.
It was never explained, by the way, what happened.
He got a second wind. You know, that was his heartbeat. Everyone heard.
No, it's because like the turnbuckle exploded or something because he was just too heavy.
Well, yeah, I think the
195
rumor
pounds
going around,
man was too heavy.
The rumor going around afterwards on Twitter was that his cock was too big. It broke the ropes, even. So
no, it cut it like Drew's sword.
It really did. It really did. Well, Stephen, we go from Aerostar versus Jack Evans. God rest his soul. Jack Evans has passed away.
Died in his first match, man. Poor guy.
To the locker room. Where Big Rick is. It's been a while since we saw Big Rick, and he is counting
cash, dude.
Counting like, so much cash.
Money, baby. Even though like credit was the big thing at the time, because money doesn't really exist anymore.
Steven, he is in a cash business, okay? Something you won't understand.
He needs the credit, dude. You think he gets paid in cash?
I would think Dario's paying everyone in cash.
Deposit.
Yes, no, definitely.
Dang,
in cash.
I don't suck. You're like a big money maker. You have like bring this briefcase of just cash every week.
Listen, money is no concern to Dario. I forgot to talk about this, but it's really important lore. We have it confirmed from the earlier segment with Dario and the cage that Dario's money comes from his parents. Because he says, like, his family fortune or whatever.
Like Tony Khan.
Just like Tony Khan. We've talked about this before. There are a lot more similarities to these two than people realize. Tony Khan only wants violence. Black hair, too. You're
Deaf.
Right. Deaf?
You see the Matt Hardy match where he just drowns?
Where he drowns? Into
like
the lake of reincarnation. Yeah, in the lake of reincarnation. What do you mean?
Like,
you're asking me if I saw the final deletion, Steven. That's a messed up question.
Aw, I didn't watch it though, so I don't know.
You just watched the clips?
I watched the clip where he's like fucking like, yeah, extreme in the fucking water. And it was like a week after Shad drowned. Pretty good timing.
No, it was not.
It was.
Was that in WWE? Oh, you're talking about
No,
the
I'm talking
pool
about the AEW one.
at Stadium
Yeah.
Stampede. I thought you
Yeah,
meant
where
in the
Adam
final.
Page is on a horse.
Okay, I thought you meant Final Deletion,
Yeah.
where he was in the Lake of Reincarnation, the bit that one's based off of, Steven. Okay.
I'm a fool. I'm a fool.
You are a fool. But can we just talk about again? I know we sound like old assholes, but 2016, 2017, wrestling's peak, okay? We had all the deletion stuff, broken Matt Hardy going on outside of everything else. Steven.
You know what's gonna happen? There's gonna be like a Following Lucha 2 podcast with 2 other people who are like our age during that time of the podcast, like 5 years from now, right? And they'd be like, man, remember 2022 was peak wrestling when Roman Reigns was the Bloodline, guys?
Remember-
That was peak wrestling, dude, okay? Triple H taking over WWE, dude. That was so good, guys, all
Remember
right?
COVID wrestling? These fans
Yeah.
really ruined the experience, you know? Remember when they could tell stories like...
They were
like
so experimental, guys, okay? This is such really cool stuff, like...
Jey Uso was a main eventer, guys. Yeah, that's what I want. But people are gonna be like that because we're like that about gender. We're like that about gender. Holy
No,
shit!
gender's a meme, though. It's a thing, you know?
Yeah, but I look back, not meme, and I'm like, gender wasn't as bad as I made him out to be.
Dude, people
you
are
know?
gonna say that Braun beating Goldberg was like peak wrestling, guys, okay? Like, it was really passing the torch down to the next big thing, all right?
The Fiend versus Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell. It was really, honestly, that was the right
peak
decision.
wrestling, guys. And they were gonna make like videos about CM Punk. CM Punk was in AEW? Like all caps. Thumbnail is like CM Punk all bloody up or something. Like a muffin.
That is gonna be a video in like 30 years from now, 20 years from now, like CM Punk's brief stint in wrestling that no one remembers, and it's him in AEW. Shit.
Oh man.
That is.
We can make these
so
videos,
sad.
guys. We can make them, you know. Us talking monotone, being like, so in AEW, CM Punk was world champion, and then he got injured.
Should we make that? Should we make a retrospective about CM Punk as though it's like 20 years in the future?
I think we should do
release
that.
it now. Yeah. That'd
With
be
the
good.
passing away of CM Punk at age 87. Like
No. Most
Something
known
like
for
that.
his time in WWE from 2006 to 2013. And he was also in AEW for a year. Steven.
Not even a year. Was it a year?
No, not even. It wasn't.
Oh my gosh.
But Steven.
That's been like, yeah.
Steven, we were
Yeah.
talking about Big Rick counting his money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. While he's
Yeah.
counting it, Mac walks in, Big Rick's cousin. And he's like, "Where did you get that money from, cousin Rick?" And then Big Rick says, "It's none of your business. And don't be like that." Wait, I got my notes mixed up again. These are two different people
No.
talking. Big Rick says,
Mac,
"Leave me
Mac-
alone." Then the Mac says, "Don't be like that. Don't be so secretive."
We're
And
family, bruh.
yeah, we're family. And then Rick says, "I know you got into this business to do flips and make friends, but your focus should be on money instead. And I hope you know that I'm going to put money ahead of my family."
Pretty commentary for wrestling right now.
Yeah, who's putting money ahead of their family?
Brock Lesnar.
Yo, poor Sable? What do you mean?
Bro, he
You
lives
have
on a
scoop?
farm, dude. He lives on
Yeah.
a farm.
That's
How does he
dope as
afford
hell.
That? That's so expensive.
He's putting his family ahead of wrestling, I think.
I would too, man. I remember in middle school,
No,
you
you
really
wouldn't.
hated Dolph Ziggler because I think on his profile bio it said like, I wrestle or whatever for his job for a living. And you're like, oh man, I hate Dolph. Like he doesn't think wrestling is like art. He does it for money, dude. What a sellout. You said something like that in middle
I didn't
school.
dislike
remember.
Dolph. In fact, I love Dolph specifically for the table for three with Ryback and Daniel Bryan that you forget about, Steven, okay? I'm
Oh,
a
man.
huge Dolph fan. You have to understand it.
And look who's standing well right now, you know, out of those three people. Ryback.
The Ryback? The Ryback? Yeah.
He's got that
kinda
one meme,
killing
you
it.
know? He's got the chip eating meme. You know, that's all he needs, man.
It really is. It really is, Steven.
That's more than like Daniel Bryan or Dolph Ziggler, you know? Kind of
It's
crazy.
It's true.
Kinda crazy oos. Yeah.
Steven. That's
Yeah.
all for the Big Rick Mac segment. And then afterwards...
What? No, Mac was like, yo, dude, give me money, man, because we're family. And then
He didn't say that, did he?
Yeah, I said that.
I don't
He
think
didn't say like
did.
how I said it.
How did he say it?
yo, we're family. Give me some money.
I don't think
Something
he
like that.
did. I don't
I like
remember
the
that
ending.
at all. What the fuck?
The ending, I like the ending, right? Where Mac, it pans out to Mac in his underwear.
What show are you watching?
Because he's in his wrestling gear, right?
Uh-huh.
It just looks like he's in his underwear because it's white.
Wow.
It's just so funny.
Well, he's in that white wrestling gear for
Yeah.
a reason, Steven. And that's because he makes his way to the ring right after this. And so does Sexy Star, where there are already a number of luchadors in the ring waiting. There are 7 of them in total. And then it's announced that Dario Cueto has ordered 7 luchadors be in the ring. Okay? And these 7 luchadors are, of course, Mac and Sexy Star. We also have Pentagon, Killshot, King Cuerno, Cage, and Fenix. Okay, so honestly, like, we've had a lot of time now with Lucha Underground to build up some characters. This match feels pretty stacked, you know? Like, no one felt kind of out of place.
I mean, Mac and Killshot just kind of exist.
I guess.
Everyone.
But Killshot had a dope-ass match with Angelico, right?
What is Killshot's personality right now? It's just there.
Oh, it does not have one. Not quite yet. But everyone loves the Mac, so you have to understand.
He does flips. And comes
He's
his
one
hair.
of the only 2 people that get entrances. It's just him and Sexy Steven. And then Dario...
Pentagon and Ray are in the ring, by the way. They get the jobber insurance.
Oh,
dude.
yeah,
That
they
was
do.
Bad,
so
dude.
does King Cuerno. Poor dude. He fell off, man. This is devastating.
Poor King Cuerno, dude. He was like...
Poor Cage, too. Fuck. These guys are former main eventers. What are they doing? Burying young talent. This is fucked up.
Unfortunate, dude.
Steven, can you do the
Older
Dario
guys
sound
like Prince
for me?
Puma.
Steven?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Thank you so much. Dario comes out and he says,
Oh my gosh.
guys, the reason I have 7 luchadors in the ring right now is because we will be announcing the winner of one of the first Aztec medallions that I have. So Dario is not...
What does it do?
I don't know, but he's not keeping this godly power for himself, which makes me think Dario
He's not a
is
fighter.
truly
He wants to see
insane.
the fighting.
I guess so, but it's like...
He's like
it
a
makes him
tournament
god.
organizer.
I guess
He doesn't
so.
want to be God. He wants to create and witness God. Be like mass destruction.
That's
He's
profound.
an anarchist.
But he doesn't worry about being destroyed by his own creation?
I think he assumes they won't destroy him because he gave them power specifically.
I see.
And it might like be his hubris, you know,
I gotcha.
his downfall. Yeah.
And he says, you're probably thinking to yourself, why the fuck would I want an Aztec medallion? Well, that's because it can make you an immortal. And then he says, ring the
What?
bell. Yeah.
An immortal. And everyone's like, "Oh shit, I want to be immortal, dude."
Yeah,
They're
I
beating the
don't
shit out
want
of
to
each other.
die. That's so true.
Except for Ray Phoenix, because he's
Yeah, he's
also
like, what
immortal.
the fuck am I doing here, Dario? This is bullshit. It's so true. It's so true.
Like, do I just become immortal twice now? I don't get
What
it.
if it undoes it, though? What if it's like a double negative? And then he's
Oh,
no
it
longer
unmortals him.
immortal. Mm-hmm.
It cripples him
No.
being immortal.
Well, either way, Steven,
Poor
this
guy.
match is one fall to a finish with 7 people in it, okay?
Yeah.
And there is one spot where I always, I think,
Many
talk
spots in
about...
this match, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, and I have like 2 or so written down, and one of them is just absurd because I think like it's Ray Phoenix is like trying to slide into the ring at one point because he's on the outside, and as he runs and slides in, he just gets punted in the forehead by King Cuerno, and it like fucks him up like real bad. It's disgusting.
Why it's banned, dude, from the WWE for a
I
bit.
guess so. I guess that's why
I
they saw
wrote
King
down.
Cuerno.
I wrote down. Don't touch me. I don't know who said that, but somebody said that in
Probably
this match.
Sexy, I would imagine.
There you go.
You know, I don't know for sure. Sexy does go out of her way to target Pentagon throughout a lot of this match. This is weird. Vampiro at one point asks the question, do you think Cuerno is grooming Cage? And then Matt's
Is he
like,
grooming him?
I don't know, man.
For what?
I don't know. I truthfully don't know what he could be grooming Cage for. I also think Cuerno's younger than Cage. I don't...
Well, you don't have to be... Well, I mean, grooming in this context means training them up for next big thing. And not like, you know, being a child predator.
Yeah, but you don't have to be a child predator to still be a predator. Also, King Cuerno's whole gimmick is he is a predator. Like, this is his whole thing, you know?
He's a hunter.
He is.
He hunts
is.
people.
So, I don't know. Maybe Vampiro is onto something. Pentagon, I really enjoyed this. Pentagon at one point is in the ring with Fenix. It's just the two of them.
Yeah.
And he calls his mom a bitch, which is very good. Very good.
Keeping the crowd like, haha, that's funny. Because they're actually related outside of this company.
Yo, no way they knew that they were related, okay?
That's crazy.
Ain't no way those Lucha Underground fans knew. Those Lucha Underground fans were showing up. They had no clue what was going on.
No, you think they just watched it just to like get TV like connections and network there with people from the El Rey network?
No, I think it was just like, you know, like local wrestling shows in San Antonio. It's like that type of audience.
You think I go to those shows?
Okay, you can imagine, Steven. You can imagine.
The first wrestling match I saw was at a convention. It was like RVD in a steel cage. It was crazy, dude.
Who the fuck did he fight?
I don't remember. It was like 2014. And like they like left like the chairs in the match that were like dented in the convention center.
Wasn't RVD in WWE in 2014?
I don't remember.
Okay, cool.
Some year.
I understand. It's
one of a kind, man. Hey.
Pentagon tries to break Rey Fenix's arm. Sexy Star saves Fenix. And then
why?
Pentagon, because Fenix is her friend, remember? They teamed up against Chavo and Pentagon in the early days.
She's too humble to steal the pin, that's why.
I see. Well, Pentagon gets the advantage of it somehow. Okay?
Oh.
Are you about to talk about how she almost committed suicide? Okay,
yeah.
Something else. Something else.
Why is that her character?
I don't
that she almost committed suicide. That's such a shit character to have.
She almost committed suicide and she was abused.
So bad.
She should be the biggest babyface ever in the history of wrestling.
She is though, and like in this company, they present her as like one of the biggest baby faces. She always gets entrances.
I guess.
And, like screen time.
I guess
crazy,
so.
Dude.
Well, I don't know, because after she breaks up the breaking of the arm, Pentagon simply lifts both of them up. And he delivers a combination vertebreaker package pile driver on Fenix and Sexy Star at the same time, which is fucking sick, dude. Crazy. Okay, it doesn't win the match.
Look up
though.
the GIF.
Yeah, Fenix just wins the match anyways and pins Pentagon.
Now he's immortal again.
Now he has a chance to become immortal. He has one medallion. He needs all of them to become immortal, Steven. Okay?
Oh.
Yeah, Dario phrased it very carefully. He said a chance to become immortal. So.
Oh, you gotta collect 6 more now. It's like the Dragon Balls.
He does. So Rey Fenix is Rey Fenix is weird because you look at him and you don't think he's like that big of a deal in Lucha Underground, but he is winning like all his shit, you know?
Yeah, he's like he's not. He's like I think they make him look like an underdog, but he's like not. You know, like he wins every match he's in.
I think we look at him like an underdog, but Lucha Underground is trying to book him to be a winner, and we won't accept it. We're like
John Cena, right?
Maybe I don't know because
it's weird because like the way they present him, right, is that he always gets like the finish, right? He never gets pinned, I don't think, ever. Besides that one-on-one match with Puma.
Okay.
Is that the only time he's lost? Like usually in tag team matches, he's not in the ring to get pinned.
He got pinned a bunch in the early days with that Chavo stuff, man. Like he was eating pins left and right. But I don't know how I think of it is I don't think wait. Was he eating pins? Maybe not, Steven. I don't know. We have to be better lore keepers. We need to be doing more due diligence and research.
Also was like the first #1 contender for the world title, you know, when Puma had it.
That's true.
He was the
this
first
is
one
very
fighting
true.
for it.
But I think
and he beat Mill
more like the John Cena than Rey Fenix is. You know?
Well, he beat Mill, who's like the Brock Lesnar of the company.
Well, no. Mill is the Undertaker. Someone else will be the Brock Lesnar.
Even stronger.
King Cuerno is the Randy Orton. I feel like this is fair.
It's not.
Yes, he is.
Dolph Ziggler,
he's
dude.
The Randy Orton. He's the Randy Orton,
dude.
Don't destroy my narrative.
There's like
he's the Randy
four
Orton.
Dolph Ziglers in this company, dude. Okay. All the heels are the Dolph Ziglers. They get title matches, they lose and drop down to the mid card.
How dare you?
All these Dolph Ziglers, dude. Cage is a Dolph Ziggler with buff. Okay.
Chavo Guerrero is the CM Punk. Let's be honest, okay?
He really is. He started a war for another country, dude, just like CM Punk did.
just like CM Punk. Isn't that Chris Jericho who started a war with another country by like stomping on their flag and ending the show early? Does that not sound familiar?
I think it's really funny that he's really into like American politics and he's like Canadian.
Oh shit, he is Canadian. You're right.
Which is like so weird. He probably is like an American citizen.
Yeah,
but
he's probably a citizen by now.
I think it's funny that like him and his wife are super like into American politics.
Woo, good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them, Steven. Well,
Where were you, like-
that match is over.
Yeah.
Phoenix has a medallion. And now we're back in Dario's office, this time with our trios champions, Cuck Angle. Okay?
Yo.
And Dario says, the fact is, Cuck Angle, the crew beat you guys last week, okay? And so they're gonna get a title shot, okay? And then
That's very
Son of
fair.
Havoc's like, what the fuck? This girl, Ivelisse, her legs are still broken. How do you want her to fight? And then Ivelisse is like, I can fight. I just need my hands. And then Dario's like, well, you better figure it out, okay? Because you're gonna need your legs. It's a ladder match. And then they're upset, but they accept, which is good.
They kind of have to, you know, or they get fired.
No, he
or
said he
was
would
it
strip
just
them of
drop the
titles.
title?
Yeah, he would strip them.
Oh,
And then Ivelisse
Yeah.
like bosses them out of the office. It was very odd.
she's the
but
alpha, you know. She's
she
the alpha of the
is.
group.
But when I think about the crew versus Cuck Angle, I think of this ladder match coming up. Honestly, when Cuck Angle won the titles, I thought it was in the ladder match. I didn't realize that the crown or the titles weren't crowned in the ladder. I thought it was
I
next
see
week.
now.
I know.
You thought the crew were the original title holders, as they should be.
No, I knew it was Cuck Angle. I'm sorry, Steven.
Aw,
I
man.
apologize.
The crew has like better build up though, you know.
I mean,
They've been
do
here
they?
longer. They've been here longer.
They've been around longer. That's true, I guess. But not
One of their
even.
members just kind of showed up one day.
This is true. Yeah, like Son of Havoc's been there from the jump, okay? Son of Havoc and Ivelisse have been a duo since day one. Literally episode 1.
That's
Steven.
fair.
So
Just
bite your
Angelica,
tongue.
that's just kind of boring out of the three.
Yeah. Also, can we talk
personality-wise.
about how Jack Evans and Angelico wear their tag gear even though they aren't associated with one another on this show? But they're still matching?
They just both like
good.
neon and black, dude. Okay.
Oh, okay. It's separate decisions. I understand.
Yeah.
Well, Steven.
The Nike neon, by the way, very interesting like ring gear attire to have.
Yo, again, 2016 me thought this was badass. I thought this was like the ideal ring attire. And I still kind
Alex
of
Shelley
do
really
love
cool
it.
gear.
Who
I like
does?
Shelley's gear a lot. Alex Shelley's.
What's his gear
It's
look
cool
like?
gear. Just cool looking, dude. I like his little like his little line he has on his face paint on his cheek.
Ew, you dork.
And
Oh
like-
my
he's, like,
god.
edgy,
I
like,
like his
clothes and
face
shit.
paint. Yeah.
It's cool, dude. His
whatever.
mohawk, where it's like blonde in the middle, black on the sides, dude. Okay, he
That's
plays
the
video games,
Ricochet.
bro.
That's like the Ricochet circa 2014, Steven. That's gross. Ew. What's it? You gotta get in
Miz.
with Dominik.
Imagine like the Miz cut, like the Miz like 2011 cut, but the middle's like blonde.
Oh.
Yeah.
Some of the Miz action figures basically had blonde. No, actually, that's a lie. I was gonna say they had blonde hair. I played with my Miz action
What?
figures
How?
so much that the top of the mohawk would chip and the paint would fall
How?
off of it, and then it became blonde because the
What do
plastic
you do
underneath
to
it
it? Do you
was yellow.
smash it on the ground?
I used to smash it against other wrestlers, and sometimes, yeah, if you got thrown to the ground, you got
Dang.
thrown to the ground, man. What do you want?
Yeah, poor Miz, dude. You know,
Poor Mrs.
you'll
Right.
never take that bump in your life.
No, you really would not, and good on him for it. Steven, we move on
Yeah.
from that backstage segment with Cuck Angle and Dario to another backstage segment. Steven, I'm having a stroke. I'm sorry.
There's
We
a
move to
backstage
another-
segment, and
That's
Ray
the word.
Phoenix there sitting on the bench in the locker
in the
room,
locker room.
lacing his
And
boots up, even though he already wrestled. So why is he lacing it up? We don't
maybe
know.
he's untying his boots. We don't know.
Maybe.
And
Maybe he
then
really likes his boots, you know, to walk outside
he is
from the LA
approached
life.
by a familiar face in Lucha Underground, Steven. Katrina is back in the
Gosh.
temple. The last we saw Katrina, she was Phoenix's lover. The two of them had vanquished Mil Muertes, okay? And so now
Yeah.
Katrina's here. Well, actually, we saw Katrina more recently where she resurrected Mil Muertes last week. So that did happen, which is tough. And she says, "Silly Phoenix, you fell right into my trap." And by the way, this is when she comes out of the shadows. And I've missed having Katrina on my TV, okay? I don't
gosh.
want to be a simp, Steven. I really don't. That's the last thing I want to do on this
Yeah.
podcast is simp over somebody. But Katrina is the love of
your
my
life.
life, I think. I really think so. You know, I think we're meant to be together eventually.
Good old Maxine. Was
Good
she the
old
one like
Maxine.
with the Curtis? No, was it Fandango. What was his old name?
Ooh, Johnny Curtis?
Was that his name, Johnny Curtis?
Yeah, it was Johnny Curtis. You
Were they
said
the
it
ones
earlier this
dating in
episode.
WWE? Were they the one like
Dating?
not dating it in real life, like storyline wise?
I don't know.
NXT
I don't
season,
remember
like,
this.
5 or whatever.
I don't
They started
remember this.
making out all the time.
Oh my god. Was
No, he
Johnny
was a creep
Curtis
in this
her
season, I
bro?
think. Weird. No. It was like they're doing like a storyline of like every past NXT guy and girl in one season, right? And they were like lovers. But then Johnny Curtis ends up being a creep and starts creeping on women.
That's
This happened.
unfortunate. I remember the one time NXT during its peak was like, hey, remember Percy Watson from NXT the game show? He's our commentator now. That was cool.
Yo.
Uh-huh.
I like the
Rest
part
in
where they're
peace.
like, hey guys, remember Derek Bateman? Here's him now. He's like all jacked up and shaved
Did they
headed.
acknowledge that he was Derek Bateman?
They said his name was Derek Bateman.
Yo, that's pretty sick. That's
Yeah,
pretty
the
sick.
theme of "Let's go, let it go," boop, 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 that they reuse a lot.
No. I mean, when he came back as EC3, did they like?
No, I don't.
acknowledge
I think
it?
they just called him
Oh,
EC3. Yeah.
that's so- he had a great
You know,
theme
he's-
song too.
Was
The top
he's really
1%.
good theme songs in
Oh my
general.
God, yeah.
Its theme is really cool too. You know.
You're so right, Steven. Well,
Yeah.
Katrina's here. She says, silly Phoenix, you fell into my trap. You made a mistake when you buried Mil Muertes in the Grave Consequences match. He needed your power of 1,000 lives to be reborn stronger than before. Which, I have a question. The whole resurrection of Mil Muertes, is this like the plan from the jump for Lucha Underground? Or did they book themselves into a corner where they wrote off one of their best characters, and now they're like, "Fuck, we made a mistake." Like,
Yeah,
which
you know,
one? Because
Because I feel like if she wasn't like harassed the entire time by Mil, right, like sexually assaulted, probably would have worked. But you know, she got choked out a lot by Mil.
I don't think it was sexual assault as much as it was just actual assault. I feel like if anyone's sexually assaulting here, it's Katrina, as she licks people as they're unconscious. You know,
That's true.
like their whole body, not just like their face, their whole body from like the groin up.
Unless
It's
you're
really
Vince Russo.
disturbing. Unless you're they really wanted to be licked, man. Did I send you the interview or no? Or did you find
You
it?
might have. I don't know. I remember
Aw,
you talking
shit.
about Vince Russo at this interview of Katrina, where she was in
Yeah.
character. And he's like, "Hey, dude, you want to lick me?"
Well, no,
Bro.
he doesn't ask it directly, but he's obviously
Oh.
like trying to get her to lick him by asking a lot of questions about her licking people. You know, it's like it's very clear. But again, like, if I'm Vince Russo, what am I supposed to do in that situation? You know, Katrina's right
Yeah.
there. It's so sad.
Just couldn't. His urgencies, you know,
I understand
it's
it.
too
I
big for
understand
poor
it.
Vince.
But yeah, I honestly don't understand if this was like the plan from the jump, or if they're like, sorry guys, we're gonna retcon everything.
No, there's no way they planned this out because they killed Mil and then they realized, shit, we killed our coolest
Okay.
character.
Yeah. Okay.
We got rid of his gimmick, you know.
Maybe they thought they only had Ricky for. Is his name Ricky? What is his name? El Macias? Whatever his name is in TNA.
They probably thought like they didn't have him that long, right? I assume.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe is he
Yeah.
like signed on for a shorter deal, but like all this stuff is pretty much pre-recorded, so I don't know. I have no idea.
You could
but-
just ask someone. Probably know
We'll
more
ask
than us.
Vampiro. They'll know the ins and outs.
Yeah.
I guess so. I guess so. And then Katrina says, "You're just a pawn for death." Then she
What?
grabs him, and then she disappears. And then Phoenix
The
is
Ray's
like,
like, what?
he's kind of mute like Prince Puma. And then he looks around, and he looks up, and on top of the lockers are these 3 skeleton men, like out of the Scooby-Doo
They're
live action
zombies,
movie.
dude. They're just zombies. And then that's it. Then didn't like. do
Oh yeah, there's like
anything
this
else.
green mist, and then we go on to the next segment. So, I guess it's.
Can't believe
cliffhanger?
it, dude. Ray's gonna fight zombies.
He's going to fight 3 of them, to be precise.
Poor guy, you know. He just wanted to date Katrina, you know. Now he got cocked.
Would you like a spoiler? Not a spoiler. Would you like some behind-the-scenes info, Steven?
Okay.
One of those skeleton men is Cortez Castro. Is one of our boys in the crew. So.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, let's
How'd
go.
you know that?
Because it's common. I mean, not common knowledge, but You know.
It's just common knowledge, you know?
Yeah.
This random zombie in Lucha Underground is Cortez Castro, aka
yeah.
Cortez Castro from Lucha Underground, guys.
I forget which one he is. Maybe he's Sinestro de la Muerte. They all get names, Steven. I don't know if you know.
They all look the same.
They all get names, okay? I think they might be
They're
different
all
colors.
the same design.
I think they might get different colors, okay?
Just zombie men.
Listen, you just don't understand.
Like Day of the Dead.
You're not even a
Zombie
real
men.
wrestling fan if you can't tell the Disciples of Death apart, okay? You aren't with it.
Is that their name? Do they wrestle like little like Lucha Underground like skeleton like bodysuits?
Listen, I can't spoil anything.
No.
Well,
Are they gonna write up Castro like this and kill him off? No, he's a zombie man forever.
they're making that man work double time, Steven, okay?
Poor guy. We're gonna like do gimmicks for like no reason.
Honestly. Well, we go
Like,
from that.
He's like not good.
Did you say he's not good? Fuck you. Fuck you. You asshole. You traitor.
They couldn't hire anyone else to do this one role. They had to get Cortez to double
That's how
roll.
talented he is. Dario realized how incredible of a performer he was. I need twice of him on my TV is what
What?
Dario said.
But he's dead.
Well, okay.
It's a zombie.
You think
Cortez is
Dario Cueto
alive. What are you
murdered
talking
him so he
about?
can... You know what? You bring up a good point. I don't know what I'm
Maybe he can
talking
like.
about.
Maybe it's like Coco the movie where he goes to the underground world whenever he wants.
Is that the one
Spoiler
where they
for
sing
Coco, the
Philip
movie.
Phillips?
That's the one where the kid dies and goes to like wherever they go in Mexico where they die.
Yeah, that's what... Well, I think he's like celebrating Day of the Dead or something like that.
Yeah, and then Disney tried trademarking Day of the Dead.
No, they did not.
End up that well for them.
Holy fuck, that's crazy.
They tried to trademark it, and they're like, I think the government was like, "What? Hello?
This is a
You can't just
holiday,
do that.
guys. That's insane.
You can't just do that, dude."
But no, I think in that movie,
Yeah.
like the main song, despite it being a very like heavily Mexican influence, and it's all Mexican culture, you know, they have Philip Phillips singing like the main song in the entire movie, like his home song. Do you know that song, Steven? Just know you're not alone. I'm gonna
No.
make this place. You know that song.
I know that song. It's like I wanna go on TikTok. Have you seen the original version of that?
No, I'm
It's
not
like some
seeing the
village
original
kid
version.
singing about wanting to go home back to her like her village or something.
That's
It's
so
like,
sweet.
I wanna go. And it cuts to her like at her house, just living life. And she's like,
She
like,
made it home.
I don't know, but she's like in a bunker bed of like children.
Oh, this is so
it's a good
sad.
video. It's a
Wow.
good video.
We have to
It's
remake
so
Coco,
good.
but with this is the song, Steven. This is clear.
Yeah, that's how we get famous dudes. Our meme,
It is. It is.
our outdated memes.
We have the main event of this episode, Steven. It is time for God versus God. Hernandez versus El Patron. And Alberto
goodness.
comes out and he is celebrating. It is an occasion when this man enters the temple. The crowd is showering him in love and praise.
Let's go, Alberto.
And then
Where
Matt
that's at.
Stryker points out that whoever wins this match out of Hernandez and El Patron, they're a veteran going into the championship match against Puma, who is still a young rookie, you know, which has to probably provide a great advantage to whoever the number one contender is, which is a very good point. A very good point. This is by far
Still a rookie, dude.
Hernandez's most competitive match in Lucha Underground with Alberto.
Right.
And Steven,
And Alberto realized, and he took his shirt off during the match.
he
too.
did very quickly, much quicker than
And that's when you
usual.
realize he's like, "Oh shoot, I actually have to wrestle and
Yeah,
take
for
my shirt
both
off."
these guys,
and
it
he
was
gets
more
stronger.
competitive than usual. And this match, like as much as I should not care about Alberto or Hernandez, I quite enjoyed it. You know,
It was quite a delectable match.
it was a little
I'm gonna
delectable.
say so myself.
And I'll say this too. I also really liked the Jack Evans and Aerostar match, and I also really liked the Seven Luchador match.
I thought
Even though
Seven
it was
was a little too much. I'm gonna be
a
honest.
massive spot fest where it just did not stop.
I mean, that's all it needed to be. You know, that's all it was.
Yeah.
It's just a spot fest. They get their moves in and they're out. And
But
that's
it was
it.
fun. I wasn't bored watching it, you know? Which again, there was like a streak of like 5 or 7 episodes of Lucha Underground where it was like all boring shit, okay?
There's a sexy star. That's why it's good.
Well, Sexy Star was here this week and she got murdered by Pentagon, so it was okay. You have to understand that, Steven.
That's why it's good.
It's why it's good.
I like the
And
part where Vampira's talking on commentary. He's like, I don't like that Konnan guy. He's a dictator.
True. It's
I don't know
true.
what though.
I don't know.
What is he
Then
a
Matt
dick
Stryker
of?
was like, you can't be saying that stuff about Konnan. And then Vampiro was
Come
like,
on,
Matt,
man.
we agree on everything else. Why is this the one thing we can't agree on? What are you talking
Matt,
about?
You don't agree with my opinion, Matt? Fuck you. You're
Fuck
wrong.
You. He
Bitch.
quits commentary. He walks off. He is pissed, guys. And in his place comes Johnny Mundo. Johnny Mundo interferes in this match, Steven, okay? And he fucks the fuck out of Alberto, okay? Which, you know what? People start booing Johnny Mundo for interfering in this match and screwing with Alberto, but this is so called for. Alberto has been just an unbridled dick to Johnny for like the past month and a half.
But remember, he beat Johnny fair and square last week, 2 weeks ago.
Was it fair and square?
Yes, it was clean.
Oh, he did a super kick and then he won. That's
Yeah, he did
right.
the super kick and won. You know, the greatest move of wrestling ever.
True. It was a kneeling super kick too, so especially
Then
impactful.
Johnny Mundo with his glizzling 8-pack and hard nipples.
What does it mean for an 8-pack to glizzle, Steven?
Just glizzling, man. That's
okay.
what I'm saying. It's just Then he throws Alberto Del Rio into the office, and for the first time, we see the office is actually real, which is like crazy, you know?
Dario's
I was
office-
legit in shock. Cause like Dario's in there, right, just watching the match, and then he just sees his office, like
set.
exact office
The
from
whole
like
set.
where they film, which is crazy. Cause I thought it was like filmed on a set. No, it's legit in the temple. I was like, what?
It's in the Boyle Heights
It
warehouse.
was mind
Steven.
shattering, dude.
It really was. It really
Wrestling's
was.
real.
Because again, just
Crazy.
to reiterate, Johnny Mundo throws Alberto's head through the glass window. There's blood everywhere. Johnny
And Dario's
Mundo,
like, yeah, it's pretty good, man. This is pretty cool.
pretty excited. He throws Alberto back into the ring, does Johnny. And then Hernandez simply pins him, gets the 1, 2, 3, and Hernandez is number one contender. Does he?
I like that Hernandez's gimmick is emoting, by the way, by just walking and just shaking his arms back and forth. It's really cool.
I don't think
It
that's
marches.
just emoting, man. That's just like him walking, okay? That is just, he has that kind of swagger about him naturally. You
Matt
just
Hardy
don't
walk.
understand it.
Yeah.
And so Alberto was actually stretchered out of the arena as Johnny
oh no,
Mundo.
he broke his head.
That's
Poor guy.
gone. It's never going to recover.
Demolished.
That's
Got
the
stretchered out, you know?
Shades of Blue Demon here as Alberto is stretchered off. So
Blue Demon.
sad. So sad. The crowd is calling Johnny a culero as he walks up the steps of the temple.
His abs just being so turgid. It's
Glistening,
crazy.
I think is the word you're looking for, Steven. And when I did think of Blue Demon at the end of this episode, I did get sad again because I thought, damn, I missed Chavo. You know, imagine what he could be doing right now, tearing it up with guys like Jack Evans.
What would he be doing?
And Aerostar.
What would his like gimmick be right now? Would he be fighting Mill for like Mexico?
He'd be probably like training. He probably he would have lost to Mill by now. Because I guess
got
Mill is
buried.
the official representative of all of Mexico, if we remember correctly.
He got killed by the Mexican earthquake, the big one.
And now he
Not
took
the
it
other
upon
ones.
himself to represent the country very strongly and forevermore. But I think he would be someone's mentor if Chavo were still around. You know, he'd find
Like
some
Ray?
young, impressionable kid. I don't think he would mentor Rey Fenix or Rey Mysterio.
No?
No,
Sexy Star
probably
he
not.
would mentor.
Oh, it might actually be Sexy
No,
Star.
they
He might be
wouldn't.
like, Sexy, I
Because-
changed my ways. Fuck.
I'm no longer as sexy. In fact, I'm a good man now. You'll be known as Star from now on.
Wow.
So I don't
What they could
sexualize
do,
you.
What if they just sent Chavo to the Cum Man's house and he was training with him? You know, but we never get the payoff. Like Chavo
Maybe he
never
is the
makes it
cum
out.
man. You know, maybe he's the guy training Black Lotus to kill her family's killer. You know, the dinosaur creature that killed her family in wrestling matches. That's the one she's training to beat, and that
Holy
the guy
fuck.
training her is actually Chavo Guerrero.
Oh my god, he has the mask to hide from Mexico. He's making
he's got
it
the
all
mask.
up. He's been lying about all this shit. He doesn't know about that monster. He doesn't know anything. He wants to hide from Mexico. I get it.
That That was this week's episode of Lucha Underground, guys.
Yeah, it was called
That was pretty
Ancient
fun.
Medallions. So that's cool.
What a great title.
You know, I really like this episode and the last Lucha Underground episode we watched. I think they were both very good. I did not get bored at any point watching them.
The only times I get bored is like when it's fucking Sexy Star single like spotlight matches. It's kind of I don't really care, dude.
I don't know. I
Sexy
feel like
Star
her and Penta
spotlights.
isn't that bad because Penta usually like whoops her ass. Or
Okay,
when-
but he literally lost last week or 2 weeks ago to her. Like
he also
clean.
got pinned this week by Phoenix, which is a little tough. But
like cool, man, that they're
Listen.
pushing up this Pentagon guy. There's
What's-
like how many other people in the ring they could have pinned? Like what the fuck is Killshot doing? You know?
I know Killshot should have eaten that shit. Let's be
Like, what is
honest.
he doing right now, dude?
What is King Cuerno doing right now, honestly?
Yeah,
the only people
like,
who shouldn't have been pinned were
Cage?
Pentagon
Shouldn't.
and like Phoenix, you know?
Well,
This is
Cuerno,
it.
you know, he's sometimes in a program. You know,
Yeah.
what the fuck is Cage doing now, man?
Well, he's being groomed. I don't know if you heard. It's tough.
Mac has a storyline, right? He's in like one promo before
Yeah,
this.
he wants money from his cousin. A good gimmick.
Yo, bro, why don't you pay me, dude? What the heck?
It's true. It's true.
Um,
well, Steven, I
that
think
was
it's
this
about
week's
time.
episode,
Yeah,
guys.
we get to the week of from May 13th. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Welcome back, everybody, to the recap of May 18.
No, dude. May 13th.
Fudge.
I said it seconds ago.
Fudge.
Literal
Fudge.
second. Like, when we switch from
Oh,
segment to
fudge.
segment, we aren't cutting the recording. This is in real time. So it
This
was
is real time,
actual
guys.
seconds ago. I said it was from May 13th,
If it makes you
2015.
no, it's because I don't have ears, guys. Okay, if you haven't noticed, my
They are
webcams the
gone.
past episodes. Okay, I don't have ears anymore. They've been amputated.
Disappeared into eternity with Bobby
They
Fish.
don't exist.
That's so sad.
It's been consumed by the white light and Bobby Fish.
No. Well,
So what happened this week, man?
Oh, just so much. You know how we've been preparing for the debut of Tough Enough in 2015? The
We were?
the Patrick Clark version. Yeah, we've been preparing.
Oh, I just saw like the videotape he made of For Tough Enough, like the audition tape he made. Really
This
interesting.
is a very timely time to watch that, Steven. It's very good. That's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the Sarah Lee one the other day, but I just
Oh,
do
she
that
chops
every
wood?
week. So, mhm.
You're like chopping one's like, I'm so strong. My name is Sarah Lee. I should be in Tough Enough. And then some
they
guy's
put
like,
that in
yeah,
their thumbnail for like years. WWE. It was great.
this is
and
the girl right
Steven,
here. Hot
they-
woman in a midriff costume. This is what I want.
And
My Tough Enough.
she's a lumberjack. A lumberjill, sorry.
Is she?
What more could you add? She's chopping wood. You know?
But like Daniel Bryan chops wood.
And I would call Daniel Bryan a lumberjack.
John Cena chops wood,
No, not as often as Daniel Bryan.
but he chops really good.
But not as good as Daniel Bryan.
No, Daniel Bryan sucked until
No, he
chopped wood
didn't.
that
Brie
one
Bella
time,
sucked
okay?
at it, okay?
No. I remember Daniel Bryan. He chopped wood. It got stuck. He had to like slam it back on the wood, chopping wood.
You didn't
Okay.
even watch the episode when it aired live on E, okay, Steven?
Fuck you, dude. I watched
Fuck
Total
you.
Divas season 5.
Yeah, whatever. You're a liar. You are a liar because
What do you mean?
Tough Enough announced all the celebrity people that are going to be on it, all the wrestlers who already exist that are going to be on it, you know?
Johnny Silver.
John Silver?
Yeah. He auditioned. I saw his taping too.
Oh, did he? That's sweet. I saw MJF auditioned. But no, I mean like the coaches and the judges and that kind of stuff they announced, Steven. I don't think John Silver in 2015 was going to be judging Tough Enough. But if he were, his co-judges would have been Hulk Hogan, Daniel Bryan, and Paige. You know, this goes perfectly.
Wow. That won't end well at all.
Also, shouts out to Daniel
Yeah.
Bryan and Paige, now both in All Elite Wrestling. Steven, let's go. How do you feel?
All these people are all elite, actually.
I mean, honestly, because our coaches are Billy Gunn, Lita, and Booker T. You know, and Billy Daddy Ass is there. You know, oh, Chris Jericho is the host of the entire show. So fuck. This is a good point. This is a good
It's
point.
like when someone posts like a poster of like some WWE event from like 10 years ago, like, most of these people are gone. And it's because it's 10 years ago, guys. Like,
You're just a hater, Steven.
Like it's 10 years ago, you know, like
10 years is not that long ago. 10 years ago was 2012.
I was picking my boogers 10 years ago, dude, and eating
That's
them.
a you problem.
Now
okay?
I just pick my boogers and I flick
I was
'em.
biting the collar of my
evolved.
shirt 10 years ago, okay?
And I do the same. I do the same right now.
I can only
It's
keep
sick,
one
you
of
know?
them. I have one that I used to bite. It's my Pearl Jam shirt. And
Man,
it's,
for a
you
Pearl
can
Jam.
tell I bit it when I was a kid. My chest rather is on display when
It's
I wear it.
Blotches down like a V-neck.
Well, yeah, like it has like weird bends, you know? It's not good. It does.
Which
not
is
good for
satisfying, you
anyone.
know, when you're a kid, just to suck on your shirt, you know?
Yeah. Hey, do you want to see something, Steven?
No.
Here's a childhood blanket of mine, okay?
do you
and
have
you'll
that?
notice. Sorry, guys. Sorry, audio listeners. But here's a blanket of mine. Childhood blanket. The edges
My goodness.
are all torn from me biting at it as a child.
Why do you bite the entire edge of it?
There are holes on the actual blanket itself too, from my biting it.
Wow.
And
Very
I couldn't
interesting.
really explain it. I know this is very interesting stuff, Steven. Would you like to see the
Wow.
design?
Maybe.
There are frogs.
Yo, frogs, dude. Like my favorite
I know.
wrestler. I don't know
And
who's a frog gimmick. I don't think there is a frog gimmick wrestler.
listen, yes, there is Super Thunder Frog.
Ooh.
Super
There we
Thunder
go.
Frog. He's a god
Super
and a
Thunder
frog,
Frog.
and he has a hammer like Thor. How don't you know
What the
Super?
fuck?
Yeah, man.
What a gimmick, dude.
But these blankets, this is important for following Lucha. These blankets, Steven, are from Gymboree. You know, like the children's store. And
No.
you've never been to a Gymboree?
No.
It's like a Carter's. Have you ever been to a
I don't have
Carter's?
children. No, I've never been to Carter's.
God.
The only baby store I've been to was Baby R Us because it was right next to a Toys R Us, dude.
It doesn't even
the same
exist
building.
anymore, okay?
Toys R Us
Also,
exists again, dude. What do you mean?
The Babies R Us in San Antonio wasn't even near a Toys R Us, okay?
No, there is one. It's like a Super Toys R Us with Baby R Us.
That's insane.
Hey, that was insane.
I remember it. I remember
now,
on the left side.
now
was
Babies R
Us.
Now Toys R Us are in like Macy's.
But
Crazy.
listen, this
Yeah.
blanket is cold. It just, you leave it out and it gets cold. It's incredible.
It's not good.
Because I can only fall asleep when I'm cold. So the blanket helps me fall asleep. This
We
is
should
why
turn
I'm
the fan on.
22 years old and I have my the fan is also on. And I have my
should have AC
childhood
on.
blanket behind me. But the
You
AC
just
is
take your
also
shirt off while
on.
you sleep.
I don't want to do that. Not until I'm allowed to get
you're
in
not a-
shape
you're not a-
again.
You're not a shirtless sleeper.
Listen. I have
Unfortunate.
had no physical activity since June because I had a heart attack, Steven. I don't know if anyone heard.
What?
I had a heart attack, guys.
Excuses, man.
Listen.
You had a heart attack. Pish posh, dude.
Pish
I
posh.
say pish posh.
Damn. No, you're right. I'll get over it. I'm sorry, Steven. Shit.
Anyways, guys.
You were watching
What's
Total
up?
Divas in 2015. Was Nia Jax around then?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I have big news.
I don't know. I don't know. She probably was, right? I don't know how long she's been in the company
Hey,
for.
no, she was not around in 2015. She was over
Dude,
season 5.
2015 to like 2018 is like, I don't know when they debuted. You know, it could have been either or. One of them, you know, one that they debuted in.
It's once SmackDown Live started, all bets were off. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like once SmackDown stopped being on Thursdays, it's like, fuck, man, whatever. I don't know.
The only
Maybe?
thing I remember is that Bailey got called up like way after the other 4 horsewomen, you know? And it was
Yeah.
just randomly by Mick Foley on one episode of Raw. It was weird.
How do you feel about the Stephanie introducing women? Like, saying, hey guys, these are the next big women wrestlers. Boom. It's like
Boom. Then
Becky,
they
Sasha, and
appear
like Charlotte.
spontaneously.
Yeah,
I don't know,
made
man.
these women,
From
and
the
now they're
ground
here.
up. Hell
The
yeah.
crowd's like, cool. I don't know who they are because I don't watch NXT in 2013 or 14 or 15 or 16.
That was 15. That was end of 15. End of 15. End of
Like,
15.
cool.
End of
I don't know who
15.
these people are. I guess I'd cheer.
But that's why they create all the factions. We have Team Bella versus Team Submission Sorority versus Team Bad. You know?
I love submission sorority so
yeah.
much.
Which that was how we got.
What was
introduced to
Charlotte's
them.
group called? Was it just Charlotte by herself?
No, that was Submission Sorority. She was in it with
She
Becky
was in
and
that?
Paige. PCB.
Mm.
What else do you think the C stood for? and what did the C stand for? And
Carmella.
Paige, Charlotte, and Becky. Yeah.
Carmella.
Okay, well, speaking of Carmella, Steven, she had a match at a
Oh my goodness.
WWE NXT live show this week. She teamed up with Bailey, actually, against one girl named Devin Taylor, who is no longer in wrestling.
Where is she now?
in Florida.
Devin Taylor.
She's
Awesome.
a model. She's in Florida. And she hangs out still to this day with her partner in this match, who made her NXT debut on this day, okay? And it is none other than Lena Fanini.
Whoa.
Do you know
Who won
Lena
this
Fanini
match,
is?
man? I can't believe who won this match.
Do you know
man?
who
It's so hard
Lena
to tell.
Fanini is?
Who is that? Who
That's
is that?
Nia Jax.
Oh, no, she's not like
Yeah.
most girls.
She's not.
No.
She's not. I think.
That's her song.
I forgot the beginning had some weird like sirens going off. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, yeah, she
Like
and
her
Devin
entrance.
Taylor lost, I think.
I wonder who took the pin, man.
Probably Lena Fanini. is
crazy.
my guess. I don't know if it's pronounced Fanine or Fanini, but it's spelled Fanini, but that
We'll
doesn't
never
sound
know.
right. We'll never know. You're so right.
It's probably some shitty house show, you know?
But everyone is... Well, no, Lena Fanini, I think, is her real name. You know?
Oh.
Yeah, which is
Oh,
tough.
Vince doesn't
But
like
everyone
that.
was freaking out. They're like, she's The Rock's cousin. And that's cool.
Dude, I can't believe that's The Rock's. Insert relative
Yeah.
here.
Well, I remember back then not being very impressed because I was like, everyone's The Rock's cousin. That's not a big deal. But then I
Yeah,
heard
everyone's
the story.
just cousin with The Rock, dude.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because like it was the same shit with like Kona Reeves or something like that. But
Yeah, but
I
Kona Reeves
miss
is awesome,
Kona
dude,
Reeves
okay? Fuck
so
you.
much. I miss him every day of my life. Nobody
Where's
told
my
you,
boy
but
Kona
he's the
Reeves, dude?
finest. Oh my god.
His fucking like intro, was like waving his fingers, you know, was sick, dude.
I love how like he was actually, because he used to be a big boy, he got in shape, but he was still
Yeah.
like, he's Samoan, so he can't be as jacked as he wants to be naturally. But I don't think he was willing to do steroids, and so he was just kind of like really
Very
tall
fair.
and slightly tubby. It was awesome, okay? With
And
his
that's what The
shitty
Rock's
ass hair.
body
Was for a while, yeah.
is like for a while. Now
But-
Rock does roids and he's like fucking huge.
How dare you? That is natural, Steven. Okay?
No, he's naturally huge.
The Rock doesn't do steroids.
He does juices.
No, he doesn't. Maybe
drinks his
fruit
juice.
Yes, he does. I agree.
Non-sugar fruit juice, natural sugars,
Exactly.
organic.
Well, listen, Lena Fanini, Steven, I remember feeling bad because I was like, oh, she's not just The Rock's cousin. Because there was a story that like a year or two before she got signed to WWE.
She's Republican, is anti-vax.
Fuck. Yep. And I was like, she's better than the other ones, you know? She's one of the good guys. No, she was in a car accident with
Oh no.
The Rock's mom.
Oh my gosh.
So
What's with this
that's-
family in cars?
It's a great question.
It's kind of fucking insane.
I don't even know what are you referencing Rikishi or are you referencing the drunk driving? I don't know.
All of them.
All of it.
All these car accidents, all of them, all these automobiles. I don't trust anyone in the Rock's family driving me, dude, okay?
But listen, apparently
Yeah.
Rock's mom was banged up, okay? But she made it out okay. But I was like, oh
Thank
shit, she
goodness.
must really know The Rock if she's hanging out with her mom, you know, or his
It's almost
mom.
like she's his cousin, man. It's kind of crazy.
Well, listen, you could be like really distant. I'm not, like, I have a ton of cousins where I'm not hanging out with their mom, you know?
Yeah, I hang out with my mom's cousins, you know?
That's
My cousin's
different than
moms.
what we're talking about. Okay, your cousin's
Both
mom.
of them.
Okay. But
Yeah.
all my family is like over in New York, and I think all of Lena Fanini's family is over in like the Pacific Islands, you know?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe
know
you're
either.
just profiling, you know?
Isn't Young Rock all about them being in like Hawaii?
Is Nia Jax in Young Rock?
I don't know. I think you're profiling now, Steven. What the fuck? But no, they're in Hawaii.
in
The
Young
Rock
Rock?
grew up in Hawaii.
Wait, who's in Young Rock? I know Roman's in there, right? for
Oh,
one
of course,
scene.
Leaky's in there.
They gotta put Leaky in there, baby.
You gotta. But Steven, Lena Fanini is here. She's in NXT and she's
Yeah.
here to dominate. Are you excited?
She's not like most girls, dude. Okay, she's like something. Not like
Well, no,
most girls.
She's not. Who doesn't take just what they're given like a plastic little princess? That's the line you were looking for.
Oh, because she's supposed to be like a replacement for Karma. I assume.
A replacement 4 years later? What do you mean?
Well, because she eats dolls. You know.
She eats dogs?
No dolls.
Oh.
What? Like plastic
When did
Barbie
Nia
dolls?
Jax eat dolls or dogs?
No, because there's songs about dolls. There's songs about how she's on like a Barbie doll.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's not a plastic little princess.
This is where I'm gonna launch my behind the theme song explanations YouTube account.
No, we should do a full-on podcast, man.
What does Daniel Bryan's theme song mean? In this song, Flight of the Bumblebee, it represents the bumblebee. That is Daniel Bryan as he's flying through with his headbutt.
You could get like
himself a concussion.
5 Daniel Bryan episodes out of the one song. Get his AEW version in there, man. That'd be sick.
When they say kick his fucking head in Daniel Bryan's theme song, it's a reference to his gimmick where he kicks people's head in Ring of Honor.
Whoa, that's deep. Wow.
Deep lore, guys. Deep lore. Did you know? I make like a TikTok. Did you know The Rock was in the movie The Rock?
Steven, can we on our Following Lucha once a week have a TikTok where it says, "Did you know The Rock was in?" and then just put a movie?
It's any movie. It'll be like the fucking Texas speech voice too.
Did you know
so
The
good.
Rock was in? Are we doing movies he was actually in, or just any movie? No holds barred.
We'll like Photoshop him in, like that one guy with Paddington.
Oh, okay. This makes sense.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
It's a good account. It's a good account.
Could we do it like... Yeah, I think we could. I think we could pull it off, Steven. I think we would nail it. I think so.
Did you know The Rock was in 2017 The Joker?
Wow.
And he's just in the background or something.
He's just Robert De Niro. It's very good. Yeah.
He gets shot actually, okay?
No.
So what else happened this week? Yeah.
More NXT news, because there have been a lot of injuries, sadly. As we know, Sami Zayn's injured from his John Cena Open Challenge, where he threw his arm in the air.
He just threw his arm too high, man. Poor guy.
The past 2 times I've done that now on the podcast where I throw my arm in the air, I'm worried I'm going to break my arm doing it.
Yeah, you're fucking pop your socket off, dude. You fucking throw it.
Let's go. But also, Hideo Itami has just come on NXT TV, and he says, "Hey guys, I'm going to be out for 6 to 8 months. I fucked up some shit." And he's in a suit, and he's real sad about it. So that's
this is the one where they rid him off by getting attacked in like a parking lot, and we never discovered who it was.
I don't think so. I think he gets attacked sometime else, you know?
Oh, okay.
Either
We
before
still
or
don't know who
after
done it.
this. Yeah. Wasn't there a heavy implication it was like Kevin Owens?
That's Samoa Joe.
Oh, maybe that.
I thought, because I don't think.
Well-
I think Kevin Owens was wrestling on the main roster by that time.
You're right, because he already had his John Cena stuff. But
Yeah.
Hideo is, he's off of TV for a while. Sami is injured.
No,
and also,
big loss.
Alex Riley has just had
Fuck.
surgery.
Rage?
Rage?
Fuck,
Rage?
dude.
This is before he
Guy's
has his final
sick.
run, though. I think he still has one more run in him.
His final run? Oh my gosh. When's like crying about how he's never gotten a shot, and then he loses,
Listen,
and then got fired.
Listen, Steven. I won't hear any talk about how Tony Khan is Booker of the Year until he's signed. There are 2 of the biggest hot agents you can imagine on the table right now, and he has not touched them, and that of Kona Reeves and A-Rai, okay? If you're running a wrestling company and you don't hire those 2 men, you're doing something wrong, okay?
I mean, A-Rai is like post wrestling career has been pretty right, you know. He was on Glow. He had sex with one of the main characters in Glow.
Betty Gilpin? That's pretty big.
Yeah, that one. That's all he's done actually. I think.
Oh.
Post WWE.
Okay, that's something. That's something.
Pretty good though.
Yeah, like if my one credit in life was I had sex with Betty Gilpin, you know, I think I've accomplished something, you know? Yeah. So shouts out to Alex Riley, to A-Rai.
Say it to my face. That's his theme song.
That's so true. There are a whole bunch of signees to Jeff Jarrett's Global Force Wrestling. You know, this company that he's starting up and trying to partner with New Japan with, and he joined Bullet Club to promote all that kind of stuff. Well, GFW has announced that they've signed Tyrus, Fox News correspondent.
He has a biography.
He does. They've also signed Cliff Compton, who I'm like 90% sure you don't know.
No.
Do you know? You do not know Cliff Compton. He is Domino from Deuce and Domino in WWE.
I see.
Do you not remember Deuce and Domino?
No,
With their girl? It was Deuce Domino and... What the fuck was that girl's name? Shit. Oh my gosh, I don't remember her name. But they were like, they all dressed in checkers and leather jackets. You know?
Like a gimmick.
Yeah, it was a good gimmick. It was. It was not.
Yeah.
But then they were also in Wrestling Road Diaries with Colt Cabana and Doc Gallows, Steven. So,
Wow.
big career under this guy's
I
belt.
heard that guy shares bank account with his mom, you know?
Cliff Compton, we shouldn't spread dirty rumors like that, Steven. Okay?
What's wrong with that, by the way, sharing bank accounts with your mom?
Well,
It's like he's trying to help her pay the house.
Is the
I assume.
implication that he's like evading taxes or something? I honestly don't know. I
I thought people were saying like he was like poor and needs his mom to help him. Which is also still kind of like shitty to make fun of.
I don't think that was it, because he says something like,
No.
well, like, what does that say about the guy? You know, like, Punk is like off, like trying to make a point where I don't think he'd be like, haha, he's poor, but I think Punk would be like, haha, he's doing shady stuff.
Aha, he evades
know?
taxes.
Yeah,
What a
essentially.
loser. Eating muffins and dying.
Lame.
Isn't it
Lame as
crazy
hell.
how much money's got paid? Oh, we guess we can't talk about that yet.
No, we cannot. But we can talk
Darn.
about how the Young Bucks have signed to Global Force Wrestling, Steven.
What?
Very exciting.
Oh,
Very
good
exciting.
for them.
I don't remember GFW ever having one show. Okay.
Remember Cody had the title? I found
No,
the
that was
picture
when
with
they
the
like
title.
combined with Impact, so that doesn't really count.
Oh.
You know? Yeah.
Man, what a life, man. Like you make this company to partner with New Japan, and then you end with
You just
merging with
merge
TNA.
with Impact, and then you have Bruce Pritchard
Yeah.
come in, and they have a new owl logo. Don't you remember the fuck the owl stuff that they had with Matt Hardy? You don't remember this,
No.
Steven? Fuck.
You think I remember wrestling, dude? I don't watch wrestling. Okay, I watch entertainment like
You're
Game of
just
Thrones.
not hip
All right.
with it.
Real
You are
wrestling
not
in real
hip
life? Okay.
with it. So you probably don't even know about this next story then. That Daniel Bryan actually had to relinquish the Intercontinental title. And he
What?
says it could be for weeks, months, or maybe never again that he gets to wrestle. I know.
And then they announced an interim tournament for the IC title.
Did they?
No.
Oh, okay. But no, Bryan had just won it at Mania in that ladder match, and now he has to give it up. It's really sad. And the next time we see a Daniel Bryan match won't be until WrestleMania 37, I think it is.
Wow, they said that for WrestleMania?
36? Huh?
It's crazy. They said that for WrestleMania?
35. I don't know why I'm lying about WrestleManias.
It's
What do you mean
crazy.
They saved it for WrestleMania. Remember he
His
came
first
back,
match back.
and he teamed with Shane McMahon against
Oh, yeah.
Ronda Rousey and against Kevin Owens and
Oh, yeah.
Sami, wasn't it?
I don't remember, dude.
I
forgot
think
he
it was
came back.
Kevin Owens and Sami versus Daniel and Shane.
All I remember is he won the title and then got killed by Brock Lesnar and became a vegan man.
That's so
And
sad.
that was it.
Do you remember
People were really
the one
scared during that
WrestleMania
Brock
match
Lesnar match?
between Miz and Shane McMahon that was actually very good? And everyone
with
afterwards was
the
like,
dad?
what the fuck? Why did Miz have a good Mania match with Shane?
Yeah, what's up Miz having like really good matches for no reason on Mania with like celebrities?
Because he's the Miz.
Like this has
and he's
happened
awesome.
like 3 times, you know?
He's the Miz and he's awesome, Steven. He's been saying it for years.
Nobody gives him credit. You know, he made Bad Bunny look really good and Logan Paul. It's really crazy, man.
You always have these receipts from middle school where you're like, JC, you didn't like Dolph Ziggler. JC, you didn't like
You
NXT.
didn't. You said you didn't like him because he wrestled for money, not for the
I know.
art.
I'm just saying, Steven,
Bitch.
that you better have these receipts for when the Miz is considered a legend one day, and in the Hall of Fame,
He is
everyone
already
loves
considered
him.
a legend.
And in the Hall of Fame one day, and everyone appreciates him. And
Ciampa
says,
says he loves him. Ciampa says he's awesome.
listen, Ciampa's a dipshit. I don't care what he says, okay?
What?
He's a self-appointed locker room leader of a wrestling school, that guy, okay? So, but you better be
Yeah, I'm
here
just seeing
with
him.
the receipts saying that I've been wearing Miz shirts that say, hello, I'm awesome, since I was 11, okay?
Yeah.
The Miz
you
was
had
the
all the Miz
first
shirts.
wrestling figure I bought. He was in a
Wow.
black t-shirt.
Mine
with-
was Tucker Knight. So get fucked.
That's true. You know what? You bring up a good point.
All right, my stocks Tucker Knight figures, dude. They're gonna go high, dude. Okay,
They are?
when I send my
Yeah,
elite
poor
Tucker Knight.
We haven't heard a word from Tucker since the start of this podcast.
When
We're
is
like,
he going all elite, man?
Tucker's gonna be a great bit, haha. We stopped caring about Tucker. We couldn't even fake it.
I think that's like week 3, by the way. Then we stopped all these Tucker like obsessions.
That's so
Now it's
sad.
Ricochet who gets our obsession.
It is. Well, how could you not
Yeah.
love Trevor? How could you not? But Steven, that first Miz
Yeah.
action figure I got, it was when Jax still did all the wrestling toys, and it was a 2-pack of Morrison and Miz, and they're both in jeans and a black t-shirt, but I think they just used the same body twice and stuck different heads on them because they're the same height,
Oh, so the Miz
same
is like
build.
jacked.
Yes, Miz is jacked. And
that's
it's
awesome.
sick as hell. I had 2 of those 2-packs. I don't know why, but I did.
You might do the same toy. You bought 4 toys for the price of 2.
I think my
awesome,
grandparents and my parents just didn't communicate very well, so they would buy 9-year-old JC the same toys sometimes.
What'd you do with the second one?
Played with it. I'd have Miz and Miz versus Morrison and Morrison probably. I don't know, man.
Yo, bigger of a match, dude.
Honestly, dream match.
Oh well. What else happened this week?
I only have a couple other notes, and that is that we have Payback coming up soon. Okay.
Payback, my favorite. You mean WrestleMania Payback?
No, just Payback, unfortunately. And I have to be
You mean
honest.
Elimination Chamber Payback?
Not that one. Not that one. Just straight Payback, Steven. And I think now, having been a wrestling fan for over a decade, since 2008, I can say very firmly and securely, Payback is my least favorite pay-per-view ever. Okay?
Really?
Like, of recurring pay-per-views, yes. Like,
Oh, okay. Because I was at like Fatal 4-Way was mine.
Fatal 4 was one time, and I was there live, so I can't say I hate
Fucking
it.
stupid.
No, it was
I mean,
good.
you got Rey Mysterio winning the title. That was pretty cool, right?
I don't remember it. I was like 10, okay? I was like 11 or 10.
I think Chris Jericho lost to Evan Bourne that
I think
pay-per-view.
the ring collapsed with Mark Henry and Big Show.
Why is this pay-per-view so memorable, dude?
I don't know. I have Fatal 4-Way on DVD at my parents' house, Steven, okay?
Oh my gosh. I used to buy DVDs of pay-per-views like months after they aired. So I have like one of Night of Champions. I have one of the Royal Rumble.
I would only get
That's
them
all I
from
have.
Blockbuster. I would never buy them, except one time I think my grandparents were like, oh, we took you to that show. Let's buy it for you. And so they got it out the bin of Walmart for like $5. So if you ever want to watch Fatal 4-Way, Steven, let me know.
Yo, Fatal 4-Way recap. We'll talk about on TikTok. Like, hey, TikTok. Remember Fatal 4-Way? We'll explain the entire...
Just steal his gimmick.
entirety.
That's so sad.
I mean, a lot of people do the same thing.
We should just request WrestleSpot covers the Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view, And
Day
we
1
will
asking
not
for Fatal
stop.
4-Way 2010.
We should do it.
Day
We
2
need it.
ask.
We actually wouldn't need to specify the year because, again, it was a one-time occurrence. They didn't think to bring that one back.
Maybe they don't even remember it's like a pay-per-view. It's like, what Fatal 4-Way? What are you talking about?
Oh,
Talking about the
yeah,
one
yeah.
of John Cena or whatever.
Damn, this is so sad.
They should make a pay-per-view called Championship Scramble, where it's all Championship Scramble matches. That's my favorite match
I used to be
ever.
so confused because Championship Scramble was a match stipulation in like SVR 09 or 08. And but I'd never seen it on TV.
I think it was the big money game, like match of the game, right? Like the big one.
I don't fucking know. I just know I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. Okay, I was a
win.
dumb child. Okay, I won't lie.
Explain
but
the
I couldn't figure
rules.
it out. I could not figure it out.
Well,
I know. I think like one of the things was like I had to make Brian Kendrick win it one time or some shit, and I couldn't.
yeah, like real life.
Because he held the title for like a second, right? And then he
2 minutes.
lost it in the match. Okay, this is sad.
Because you
So-
hold it and you're currently the champion, but you're not really. Because you know who won the title in that match,
Batista.
the first one?
Randy
It was Triple
Orton.
H.
John Cena. Damn it! I was so.
You know he
close.
came in as champion too. Really cool, by the
He
way.
entered the match as champ. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's so sick.
good for Triple H.
Yes. Well, Steven,
They might bring that
Pay-
match back. You know,
I hope
It's
not.
crazy.
Payback
with
is
Johnny
coming back.
Gargano
Payback is coming
and
back.
Ciampa.
And 2 matches have been announced
Yeah.
so far. Those 2 matches, and this is big. We have the Bella Twins versus Naomi and Tamina. Why aren't you
I
cheering?
feel like Tamina and Naomi are always a tag team with some other people, and I just feel like, oh yeah.
Well, I mean, they create Team Bad. Who else are they a tag team with? Or a trio?
No, just
with?
in general, like not with each other, just like with other people.
I see.
Just randomly.
Yeah, Tamina especially. But
Well, what
Naomi,
they
I
do-
feel like...
how is Tamina still in the company? I guess she's like
I swear to God, you just called her Tamus. And I was really confused. Yeah, man.
famous. Is that something is for pain?
Oh man. But no, I feel like with Naomi, she's not usually in tag teams. When Naomi's not champion, they're just like, fuck you, you're not on TV. That's what they do to her. No, she debuts to the
Royal Rumble. She re-enters every Royal Rumble, goes to her spot and leaves, and then wins at WrestleMania in front of her home crowd.
And then leaves. And then Steven, the other match announced for Payback. So already stacked card. We got Ryback versus Bray Wyatt.
This happened?
I don't know. Maybe it didn't, but it was announced at least.
Every time I mention Ryback or you mention Ryback, I think about that one WrestleMania spot where he lifts up Mark Henry in a power slam position.
It up many a time.
Falls down. And then loses, which is like so funny to me.
I love when Ryback gets brought up on this podcast because as a listener, you are guaranteed one of two stories: either table for three or Mark Henry lifting him up. Okay, one of the two.
No, he lifts up Mark Henry.
I know. I misspoke. I'm sorry.
All right, fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Wrong.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to lie on the Ryback. I didn't mean to lie on the Ryback. Ryback rules.
Why would you lie
Ryback rules. Ryback rules.
Follow his TikTok and his podcast, guys, and his protein powder.
And his protein powder. You are so right. Steven, it's time for our current events. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Hey guys, welcome to this week, not the week before where we did nothing to cover that, just this week, guys, in wrestling.
Well, okay, last week there were just so few current events, we were like, we can't get a full segment out of this, so we didn't talk about it.
Nothing happened, dude, you know?
A damn
like what,
thing.
Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns? Like what?
The fuck cares, okay?
Pish posh, dude. Okay, who fucking cares, dude? It's not like Logan Paul has like millions of views that are more than WWE has ever, or AEW combined. So it makes a lot of money for the company.
Listen, who has more subscribers on YouTube, Logan Paul or WWE?
Logan Paul.
That's what. Oh fuck.
Logan Paul more subscribers.
Does he actually? I thought WWE was like number 2. Shit. This is
in sports. It's number 1 in sports, I think.
No, look it up right now. How many subscribers on YouTube does Logan Paul have?
Okay, I'll give out 2 numbers, and you gotta think which one's which. Okay.
I'm confident WWE is number 1.
Okay. 91 million.
WWE.
23 million. Okay.
Logan Paul.
More, yeah.
Let's fucking go. Fuck Logan Paul.
Maybe it's because like WWE pays YouTube to be on that trending page for the longest time. You know what I mean, right?
No.
Like they're always on the trending page for a while. Like, why is wrestling trending? No one watches wrestling, dude.
You're just a wrestling nerd, so it gets targeted at you, Steven, okay?
No, it's on the trendings page where it's like Logan Paul videos and kissing women.
You're just falling for the algorithm. You're just falling for the algorithm. Kissing what?
Women.
Like those public pranks where they're like, I asked this girl if I could kiss her in public.
Oh my gosh. You know what I hate? I hate those videos of like people like holding watermelons, right? And they're like catcalling a girl. But then they're not because it's the guy holding watermelons. He's like, yo, nice melons. Whoa, those are huge.
You're just describing the Austin Theory segment with Scarlett from a few months ago. Where he was talking about her nails.
No, but this is in public. This is like in public with real people.
Austin Theory was on TV.
No, they redid that, by the way, on NXT 2.0, where it was Mandy Rose, right? And she was with Toxic Attraction. They're talking, right? And this guy comes in, his gimmick is like he's a redneck, right?
Who?
And she's like, I don't know their name.
Okay.
I don't fucking watch NXT 2.0. And the guy's like, Mandy, dude, nice tits, titles, I mean.
What?
That was a segment.
Did that? Who?
Some fucking redneck character. I don't know.
Tony D'Angelo?
No.
Who are you?
I don't watch NXT 2.0, dude. I can't explain.
That's so sad. I don't know how to react.
Speaking of NXT 2.0, did you see the color change they made?
Oh, they took out the colors. They took out the pride.
They made it white, and people are like, "Whoa, I love white. That's awesome." Fuck color.
They went from the rainbow to the white logo.
Just the same show.
They had like a little animation graphic for it of like the logo transforming. Did you see the tweet where it was like companies after Pride Month is over and it's the rainbow disappearing? It's very good.
We're like, fuck yeah, dude, we're gonna get NXT again. Woo! And it's
Let's
the same exact show because Shawn Michaels still runs it.
Yo, have we considered that bringing Shawn Michaels away from his quiet life in San Antonio and going to church was a mistake? Because I feel like I'm at a point where I'm ready to
Was
admit
finding God a mistake? for
Was
Shawn
taking
Michaels?
Shawn away from God a mistake? That's the question. Okay?
You think ever since the Saudi Arabia match, he's lost his magic?
I think yes. I think he has. I think he's lost his smile again, and he just hasn't realized it, Steven. I think that's what happened. And I miss when I was able to wander around San Antonio and think to myself, there's a chance at any given moment I could run
Today
into
might
Shawn
be the
Michaels
day.
right now.
Now
And one day was the day.
I could meet on that one guy.
Michael
Buddy
Cole or
Matthews'
Goldberg
partner.
or Wesley Blake.
That guy and his
Or
wife.
Sarah Lee.
And there's like 20 children, you know?
That's why I think I won't meet Sarah Lee, because she will be so busy like looking after her kids. I don't
Working
think
out?
Wesley Blake does that. She's
Fucking
either
jacked,
working
dude.
out or child rearing, one of the two.
Yeah.
Which, good for Sarah Lee.
You think she does it
honestly.
pregnant, like workout?
Absolutely. You see her pregnant on her Instagram. She's not working out. You
She's
know?
always working out, you know? Good for her.
She has that red, white, and blue, what's it called? Her American flag bikini that she wears in half of her photos.
For only
She
one man,
does.
she
It
can't afford
really
anything
is.
else.
Wesley Blake hasn't been making much money, man. It's tough. It's tough out here. But listen, wrestling news,
listening.
week of current events. Steven, we have 4 new champions in all elite wrestling. Would you
Oh my
like
gosh.
to know who they are?
Maybe. I mean, I kind of have to.
Jon Moxley is our
What?
new AEW champ.
Oh my gosh. Can't wait for him to lose it in like a week or month from now.
No, he's keeping it for years. Just you watch.
Oh my gosh.
Okay? I hope Tony Khan's like, I'm done with this shit, and he just keeps on Moxley for like 2-3 years. That'd be awesome.
I
man.
like how whenever they lose a champion, it's like, all right, let's just give it a Moxley now, guys. Like,
Yeah, it's good to have someone like that as a company, you know?
I mean, they
Like,
have Brian lose, you know? Like, Brian just loses every match he's in.
but he's Brian,
Unfortunate.
so it really does not matter. You
no,
know?
he should get the title. He should have the title because he's cooler.
Oh, he's cooler than Moxley? Ain't no way. Brian's awesome, but he's
No.
not cooler than Moxley.
Oh, he's cooler than Moxley, dude.
No,
okay?
you're a liar.
Moxley looks like... Who does he look like? I forgot. What was it? Who's that
I don't know
one,
what you're
like...
talking. Sam
right-wing
Roberts?
podcaster? No,
Oh.
he also looks like... He also looks like
Alex
Sam Roberts.
Jones.
No, was Alex Jones?
There's...
Who's the one with the gay frogs? Who's the gay frogs
That's
guy?
Alex Jones. That's Alex
Yeah,
Jones.
he looks like Alex Jones.
I resent that you pretend not to remember who spouted the gay frogs.
I don't.
Who else does he look like? He looks like a ton of other... He looks like Nick Gage. Murder, Death,
I mean,
Kill.
it's his hero. It's his
It
hero,
is.
you know?
It is. But
Yeah.
Steven, not only
Yeah.
is Jon Moxley champ, but so too are Anthony Bowens and our favorite virgin Max Caster.
Yo,
okay?
I
Let's
saw
go.
that. It was so sick.
Yeah.
I loved it how they had this match in the pay-per-view. Didn't have the ending that the crowd wanted, so they just did it for free on TV.
I mean, I'm not upset. Like, they saw
Pretty
how
cool.
good of a reaction they got and how much fans wanted them to be champs. So
Yeah, I
they
like
made
the
them
Acclaimed,
champs.
you know?
That's good.
I like the Acclaim.
Everyone loves the Acclaimed, Steven, okay?
I
You're
like
not
the Acclaim
spouting
first,
anything novel.
dude. I love the Acclaim first before anyone else, bro. Fuck
Were you a fan of the Shook crew back in fucking Create a Pro, Steven? I didn't think so.
Fuck you. I'd never play.
Fuck you. Listen, I was listening to the Major Wrestling Figure podcast since day one. And for the first
So was I.
well, then you would also know. They would always have advertisements for Create a Pro Wrestling has an event coming up this weekend starring the Shook crew. And then they would come on and cut a promo. And one of them
Yo,
was Max
listen,
Caster.
we're like toys. That's it. That's the podcast.
Well, I don't think Max Caster liked toys.
Oh, a lot of AEW
Smart
people like
Mark
toys
Sterling
though.
did. Yeah. I mean, it's honestly quite embarrassing that I have toys in my room. The older, even
Yeah?
by the day, it's ramping up as being more and more embarrassing, Steven. I can't have these toys in my room, okay?
What? You don't like your
It's
room
just-
looking like a Toys R Us? It's crazy.
Well, I will keep my Dennis Rodman figure all day. You know, that will always be on display.
Is there like a tier list of toys that are socially acceptable to have in your rooms?
Well, pop culture ones are obviously like more
Like
socially acceptable.
Funko Pops? I think.
No.
Well, I don't know about Funko Pops. Like, I think one's fine, right? But like a wall of like 20 Funko Pops per wall, it's crazy, you know.
I think one is pretty rough, and I only have.
You think
them
one
because
Funko Pops is rough?
I love CM Punk, so I got the Punk and AJ
remember.
Pops.
I remembered I bought like an Iron Man one when the Avengers movie came out, and I broke his head and I returned it. And I look up the pricing for that one. That shit's expensive, dude.
No,
I missed out. I know.
That's so fucked up.
I open on the box, so like they lose value. I don't like
So messed up.
collecting boxes.
I understand.
I like recycling.
This is how I feel about all my Elite One Mattels. Like my Edge, and I have Edge and Undertaker and Cena, the ones I referenced earlier from that set, and they are worth so much money now. If I'd kept them in the box, they're worth money outside of the box, but like in the box, man, so much. Also, Edge is the scrawniest motherfucker you ever seen in that action figure. Okay, John Cena has a torso twice as thick. It is.
Oh my
crazy.
gosh! You know I learned about Edge the other day about him and like
He's married to Beth Phoenix.
No, you know that one team he was in where they were vampires, right?
The Brood, yeah.
You know Christian wasn't supposed to be the original member. It was supposed to be like
What?
the fucking doctor guy from AEW. Like, you know the
Dr.
Chris friend?
Luther?
Yeah, apparently he was supposed to be the guy in that like stable.
Hell yeah, that's sick as hell, man.
It's like an alternate timeline where Dr. Luther is in there instead of Christian.
Thank you for putting respect on his name and calling him Dr. Luther, by the way. I appreciate
What's his
it.
name?
That's just Luther. You know?
Oh, it's just Luther? I thought it was
Yeah.
Dr. Luther. Is he not a doctor?
I think
Was he not the
he-
doctor that cleared Paige?
Listen. This is a good question.
Which
Hey, guys.
doctor was it? Which doctor was it? Was it John Cena? Was it
You know
David
what's
Otunga? Was it him?
Fucked up is because in our week of from a few moments ago, Daniel Bryan relinquished the Intercontinental title. Within a few weeks, Daniel Bryan's gonna come out in an interview and say, "I've been cleared to wrestle by multiple doctors. I'm just waiting on WWE to clear me." I didn't realize that was so soon after his injury. It's not another year until he retires, and then another 4 months before he can GM, and then another like 7 months before he wrestles again. And he was cleared within 2 months after he relinquishes the title. That's insane.
They realized you make money. The money maker.
You think that's what it was? Was just the money? I understand.
The dimes.
What's it? No, Daniel Bryan was prepared to go like back to college. He was gonna go into like sustainability for the environment. No, in like Seattle or some shit.
No, he should go to Harvard.
Nah.
He could go to Harvard. He's famous enough to go to Harvard. Because like there's this thing where celebrities just go to Harvard.
He
you know who went to Harvard?
Natalie
you know who went to
Portman.
Harvard? The guy from Weezer. He went to Harvard.
Rivers Cuomo?
Yeah, he went to Harvard after Weezer.
Holy did you not know Rivers Cuomo's name or just not want to say it because you're a Weezer nerd?
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say his
dork.
name. I didn't want to admit it. You know who else went to Harvard?
Natalie Portman.
Dan Schneider. And then he dropped out.
Nope. That's tough. Anyone else?
Conan O'Brien.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I can't. It's like people get famous and then they go to Harvard because they have a big name, so they just go to Harvard.
No, Daniel Bryan was gonna go to like school in where the fuck did he grow up? That same town as Kurt Cobain.
Really?
Yeah. And then he was gonna do like some eco sustainability thing and build trees for the rest of his life.
Imagine going to class. Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan's there.
Eco 1 class. Like what the fuck?
He would fit in, you know, like I would buy
like community
it.
college. Like you think he would fit in like as a character in Community?
Oh my god,
'Cause
absolutely.
I could see that. I could totally see that. Yeah. He's so good. Everyone should watch Community. That's the first 4 seasons though.
One more new AEW champ, okay? Maybe not even technically an AEW champ, as this is sanctioned by Ring of Honor.
Oh my god, this company doesn't exist anymore.
We have a new ROH World Champion.
What?
And that of Christopher Jericho.
Yo, break it down, the walls, man.
Break it down. Why? But
that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I'll miss this reign from Cesaro where he won the title and everyone was like, yo, that's a world champion right there, guys.
I was pretty certain that Cesaro was holding that title until they got a TV deal. Now I'm thinking they can't get a TV deal without Chris Jericho being champion, probably. I think Tony Khan's like, we need something, and we can't do it without a bigger name. Poor Claudio.
Man, Cesaro really did nothing, you know?
Yo, that will be the hill that I die on, okay? Cesaro sucks.
What?
I mean,
he's so
a good wrestler.
He swings.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel like at this point, if you're just a good
Oh.
wrestler, it's just kind of boring, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, there's so many good wrestlers now. It's like, what else do you got, you know? How much merch do you sell, according to Kevin Nash? You know? Famous quote from Kevin Nash.
It's a good point.
What's his merch sales like?
It's a great point. Well, Steven.
What's Kevin
Also-
Nash's sales like when he was champion?
Well, I mean, probably not much in the WWF, but he's also responsible for the most popular wrestling shirt in history. You own one, Steven.
That's true, but he's
to
also
be
like
fair-
the least sell. Is he still the lowest selling like champion, or is that someone else new now?
I have no idea. I can't
Because
imagine.
theoretically, it's Drew McIntyre during COVID. I don't know if that counts or not.
You think Jinder sold more than Drew? Merchandise?
Yeah, for India.
Ooh, but what about Scotland?
Ooh, you're right.
Well, speaking of merchandise,
Very correct.
Steven, WWE has just put on their website up for sale White Rabbit shirts, which is related to
What?
all these. We didn't talk about it last week because we didn't do current events, but WWE's been playing this White Rabbit song at all these live events, and the lights go off, and people think it might be Bray Wyatt debuting tonight on SmackDown. And now
Wait,
they
it
have...
happened already then.
Oh shit! The Bray Wyatt debut.
Wait, let me look it up real quick.
Whoa. Hey guys, maybe new Bray Wyatt merch is available.
WWE Twitter, let's see who it is.
It's either Carry On Cross or Bray Wyatt, something with one of them, you know?
Yeah, why don't you be like fucking Fandango?
No, I would love that more than those two options. Type in White Rabbit WWE.
Okay. White Rabbit, WWE.
Let's fucking go.
No, we got teasered.
There was just a teaser tonight,
Yeah.
but it said it had a date 9/23 on it.
Fuck you, that's the date. That's what it means.
Oh fuck, that's some bullshit. What's
yeah,
the
you got
teaser?
wrecked, dude. I don't know. Probably something like a song.
I feel like you're
in the
probably
promo.
wrong about this. I'm gonna be so honest.
No, I looked it up. It said WWE's White Rabbit teaser continues on SmackDown 40
Okay.
minutes ago.
Okay,
And it's the song White Rabbit.
That's so
I hope-
lame.
I hope the White Rabbit is JD McDonald.
JD McDonald? That'll be
I think that would
awesome.
fit him, you know?
Oh my god, you don't hope it's Carry On Cross?
He already debuted.
Yeah, but he was the White Rabbit in Lucha Underground, Steven.
Who the
Okay.
fuck watches Lucha Underground?
I know, honestly, I think nerds and losers and bitches. Those are the three, okay? Those are
Yeah.
the three populations. I think it might be Bobby Fish. I think this is his time to shine, Steven.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. The Fishmonger?
That would be the one. That would be the one.
It's really
I
like
think-
Malachi Black. Because it's the White Rabbit.
On
but
his
he's
mental health
Aleister
break.
White. He becomes Aleister White.
Yo, that'd be sick as hell.
Watch me like fucking the new fucking Elias gimmick or something.
Yo, I would also be down. It's just him with like mutton chops. That'd be sick as fuck. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down for
Or
all
it's
these
like
options.
dressed like Elmer Fudd.
Steven,
He
I
kills
don't want to
rabbits.
spoil Lucha Underground for you, but I have a way better choice for what the White Rabbit is. Okay.
Is it just a bunny suit?
No, the bunny suit
Aw,
is
man.
WWE. That's Adam Rose, Justin Gabriel territory.
Oh,
I'm
that's
talking
PJ Black.
I'm talking.
Is it
Mr.
PJ
Cisco.
Black? But he's PJ White?
Oh my god.
Oh
is
my
it Seth
gosh.
Rollins rebranding as Tyler White? This is huge, Steven.
gosh, Tyler
Holy
White?
Shit. This is
There's
massive.
no way.
No
No
way
way,
at all.
dude. There's so many
I remember
possibilities.
back when my favorite musician, Tyler Joseph of 21 Pilots, was getting married, and his wife's name is Jenna Black, and I thought it'd be cool if he took her name, because then his name would be Tyler
Yeah.
Black. He didn't take her name. His name is still Tyler Joseph.
Such a fucking Mark thing to say.
I was like 15, okay? It's acceptable, kind of. Not really.
Liv Morgan jumped on a table on top of Ronda Rousey. So she's losing the title probably like next Sunday or whatever.
What?
Yeah, they're gonna fight Extreme Rules.
Who? Liv and Ronda?
Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey.
Why?
This October 8th. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
not gonna watch that.
Shotzi was on TV.
Oh, does she have a tank?
She lost to like Damage Control.
Even with Triple H in charge? Fucked up.
Shotzi, is Triple H high on Shotzi?
She was an NXT girl, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess so too.
But what was my girl Lacey Evans, you know? Where's she been, man? Where's Lacey Evans?
I think they announced that she was coming back tonight on SmackDown. I think I read that somewhere in like a tag team match. I don't know why I read that or when I read it. Maybe it was last week. Who the fuck knows? But I think Lacey's back by now. Or maybe not. Who gives a shit, Steven? Because I don't. I do give a shit about, though, Konnan. The Konnan. K-Dog. That's the one. Because
K-Dog? 100?
That is the Konnan I'm speaking of.
I like his podcast.
On his podcast, said that he was talking to one Dominik Mysterio the other day, okay?
Wow.
And that he was giving him some advice on how to be a bad guy, you know? And
gotta slick your hair back like an 80s Italian stereotype.
Exactly. And Konnan said, I told him to channel his inner Eddie. I told him to channel all those people he doesn't like. And I thought to myself,
he doesn't like Eddie.
Yeah, is that what the implication is? I'm very confused. But apparently Konnan is Dominik's godfather, which is kind of crazy. I had no clue about that. But shouts out, man. I want to talk to Dominik. I want to give him advice. You know, I want to get advice from Dominik, honestly. I really, truly do.
I like his thing where his mommy is a dummy, you know.
This is
he has a dummy mommy.
If you could ask Dominik for advice, what would you ask him, Steven?
How do I get a dummy mommy like you, Dominik?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
And I don't know.
I think the answer is you have to kick your dad in the balls. So you should give that a shot, Steven. I really think so.
I like the Judgment Day's gimmicks. They're just dicks. They're not even like spiritual beings anymore.
No, it's kind of fucked up. And the sad thing is too, if like you went back like when Finn Balor was never being used, like before Finn Balor went to NXT in 2018-19, when he was just never being used, people were pissed about it. If you were like, just wait, in a few years, he's gonna have his own faction that he's leading, which is in the main event on Raw, and he's gonna have Rey Mysterio's son with him, and this girl Rhea Ripley. She's a jacked, like giant woman.
She
and
looks
also
like Pete Dunne, but woman.
Yeah, exactly, and taller than Pete Dunne, like twice his size.
Oh my God. Poor Butch, man.
Poor Butch. And then also Punishment Martinez from Ring of Honor. He'll be there too.
Oh my gosh.
Reason.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it would all be worth it.
It's like the Bullet Club, but they're emo and edgy, dude.
And
he has like the Balor. He's like the Prince, but it's X'd out, so it's like Prixon.
I hope Finn Balor is making so much money, Steven. He deserves it for just how little
he makes all that Lego money, dude.
Oh, I hope so.
No, there's no way they don't underpay him. There's no way, dude. That guy makes bank.
Do you think
merch
he
sales.
builds Lego set? Well, I know, because remember he couldn't go to NXT UK because they'd pay him too little. They said, dude, I don't know if you want that.
I don't want to go to like
story
NXT
ever. Holy shit.
I want to go to NXT UK for a bit. Oh man.
Why is your Irish accent Indian, Steven? What the fuck?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Me, okay, you know, you brought it all together.
I'm gonna get paid less money.
Gonna get paid less money.
Oh man,
you know, I'm nailing it, man.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, I
gonna
can't
make less money. Gonna make more money.
Did you know, like in other countries, they're called bins, not trash cans?
Yes, because I've been watching.
I learned that from the Finn Balor podcast interview.
Finn Balor podcast?
Yeah,
what's
with
the
Ryan
Finn
Sutton.
Balor podcast?
That's the one where they're out of character on the WWE YouTube channel.
Oh shit, out of character with Ryan Satin. I thought you meant like there was a podcast called Finn Balor, like it was supposed to be a pun. A very bad pun.
Dude, that's gotta be a promo someday, dude. Where Finn's like, I'm not Finn Balor. I'm Finn Balor.
Oh shit, he's teaming up with Street Profits for the night? Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
That'd be sick as fuck.
What a great gimmick, dude.
Oh my god, or MVP, either one.
Where's he been?
just straight up balling, you know? He's living his life.
I'm balling, cause I'm balling.
That's true. That's true.
Great song. Remember that R-Truth theme? Where it's like, blow it up and blow the roof up. And then it lasted for like 2 weeks. And they realized that no one sang it with him.
I absolutely don't remember that. I remember being jealous because I watched these YouTubers who opened wrestling toys. There were these 2 Canadian kids on YouTube. Fuck, what was their name? Was like Acid Fly 77. I think that's really their name. And they I think they had rich parents, or they had some income flow, but they would order like 5 of every action figure that came out.
Why?
And so I don't know, but I loved watching it. I was like, when I grow up, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be like Acid Fly. And then years later, when I was like 13, they replied to one of my comments from when I was like 9, and I was like, holy shit! They only have like 200 subscribers. They weren't a big deal, you know?
They acknowledged you, Ooze.
They did, but they were opening Elite Series 9 figures or 8, and that was the one with R-Truth in his "If you say what's up" shirt. And I remember being so fucking jealous. They had all these R-Truth figures, and I could never find it in the store. But they had
that
5
R-Truth figure. I wanted one R-Truth figure. These fuckers have 5 of them.
I know. This was me at age 11, honestly. This was so sad. I need to see if their videos are still up. Shout out to Acid Fly. If this ever somehow makes its way to Acid Fly, I love you. You 2 Canadian boys who are probably like a year or 2 older than me. I love you so much.
How do you feel about AEW? I think it's a pretty good company.
They stopped watching wrestling when they turned 14, when their balls dropped, Steven. Okay, let's be honest.
What do you feel about Game of Thrones?
How do you? Wait, by the way, speaking about big money contracts, MJF, according to Wrestling Observer newsletter, is now making $1 million+ a year under his new AEW deal, Steven. How does that make you feel?
Crazy. Wow. Good for him, dude, that MJF. You know he's friends with Baron Corbin?
He is. I you know who is even better for than MJF and Baron Corbin? For his new wife. Or for his fiance that they just announced the engagement to a few weeks ago, okay? Shouts out to Naomi.
She the arter?
Huh?
She the one that does art?
Yeah, I was gonna say I followed her on Instagram like a few months ago because of her art. And then I was like, oh shit, this girl is simply engaged to
fucking
Maxwell.
MJF.
That's well, we don't know they're fucking. I think MJF might be celibate.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Of course.
They're kissing MJF.
Well, only for TV.
They're holding hands with MJF. That's crazy, dude.
Precisely.
Dude, that was a crazy entrance, by the way. Him walking up like 2 women and just like tonguing the other one during the entrance. Yeah. That was insane, dude. What an entrance, man.
Go. Steven, how much money are you making a year? Is it close to MJF?
More than 15K. But not that much.
You're pretty close.
It's good enough.
Yeah. I think so.
Is this where the CM Punk money went to?
I don't know. I know where the CM Punk money should be going to. Okay?
Oh no, listen, I thought his contract got bought out, right?
No, it's a rumor it might get bought out. But also, let's talk about that first, okay? Because everyone's like, it looks Wade Keller was the one reporting it. It looks like CM Punk's contract might be bought out. But I don't think people, and I'm one of people, don't understand what buying out a contract means. Because I saw everyone on Twitter being like, oh my god, if AEW buys out Punk's contract, that'll be the stupidest move they ever make.
And I was it's like firing somebody, but
I thought it was the other way around, where Punk would have to buy out his own contract.
No,
so he's not under contract to AEW.
Because, like, let's say it's like a year contract and he hasn't finished the year off, so like that's a lot of money left over from the year that he's not wrestling in. So if they fired him, they had to pay off like as if he was wrestling for the rest of the year.
That's not a buyout, though. A buyout is when you're like taking a contract from, like, if WWE came to them and was like, "Hey, we want CM Punk now," they would have to buy out the.
You can buy out someone's contract when you're firing them. You can also do it.
But why would AEW want to get rid of him? Wouldn't it be the other way around? They would just leave him under contract as opposed to unless they figure
that's what I thought, right?
I feel like
pay less money.
Wanted to get out of his
injured in the first place too is the thing, you know.
So,
but
listen,
don't use them anyways.
That's why I think you're wrong. Is because, and maybe I'm wrong. I'm fully willing to admit that if I am. But like, it makes more sense that Punk would want out of his contract because right now he's obligated to wrestle for however many more years. So he would be the one buying it out because he doesn't want to fucking live up to his
the company
contract.
buys it out. As long as they just fire him, they have a contract fee that they have to follow.
But that's not buying out a contract. That's firing a talent.
No.
Why would you?
If you have a contract, no, that's how it works.
You just
gotta give
fired
them
the
money
guy.
To fire them. No,
that's not what buying out a contract is, though. No, I think you're. I'm gonna look it up on my phone that I have on the floor right here.
No, I watch too much esports for this, dude. Okay,
buying
happens all the time in esports.
A contract. Okay, let's see. A contract buyout is a transaction that involves purchasing an existing contract from the current owner. Current owner being AEW. You'd be purchasing the contract from AEW.
Yeah, AEW can buy out their own contract to him.
Think about what you just said.
No, they pay the money they own him from the contract. And their contract is done.
But that wouldn't be a buyout. They're just paying him because they're firing him.
No, they're buying out his contract. Because they're buying out the entirety of his contract.
A buyout agreement refers to a contract that gives rights to at least one party of the contract to buy the share, assets, or rights of another party given a specific event. Can a company buy out your contract? Blah, 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 blah. What does buying out a contract mean? This is on Quora, so we know it's official, Steven.
Oh,
usually it
my
means...
favorite, Yahoo Answers.
Okay, this is more in your favor. This one says it means, quote, pay the remaining value of the contract to one of the parties to the contract. Let's say you sign a contract with me for total compensation of $10,000, and I provide you with $3,000 worth of services. Upon the completion of $3,000 worth of services, you may say to me you're not happy with my work and buy out the contract by paying me $5,000 to walk away. So it wouldn't be the full amount of the contract. They're offering less so that they leave early. You know, so like the company regrets signing the contract. So that could work with the AEW theory, because they could regret having hired Punk and want to get him out of the contract. I mean, like, you're not wrestling for us anymore. But that doesn't make sense, because why not just let him sit there doing nothing?
Let him rot like Adrian Neville.
And then it says, now I could either accept $5,000 in cash, or I could sue to recover the $7,000 I haven't been paid yet. Usually a rational person would accept the $5,000.
Thanks, Cora member.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember I talked to a person about their favorite social media. I'm like, oh my god, Steven, do you use Quora? It's like Reddit. That was really funny the way they worded it. It's like Reddit, guys. I would say it's more like Yahoo Answers, you know, peak internet, honestly.
Honestly, I think we both have a case here, though, Steven. I think because we don't have the details, maybe Punk wants to buy out his own contract, or maybe AEW wants to buy it out, so Punk doesn't, so they don't have to pay out the full contract.
I don't think Punk wants to lose money.
Maybe, yeah, I guess so. Because Punk is probably fine just being like, yeah, keep me under contract. I won't wrestle for you assholes. Like, I could see that. Yeah. Punk's not going to be like, you signed the contract. I have to be on your show. You know, he's not
to wrestle, you know, with my fucking injured fucking pec.
You promised I could wrestle. That's so
good
fucked
for Punk,
up,
dude. Good for Punk.
Damn.
You know what else happened on AEW this week?
No, but I know what I wish would have happened, and Mick Foley talked about it on his podcast. This is CM Punk related. Let me get to it. This is CM Punk related. Let me leave CM Punk alone. Mick Foley said that he thinks the best thing that they could do for CM Punk, and like he really wants to have happen, is that they should bring Frank the Clown in as his manager.
Why?
I don't know. I know Frank the Clown and CM Punk are both friends, but like,
dude,
I don't.
You could say that with any wrestler. I wouldn't like agree or disagree. You know, I just accept it.
About Frank the Clown managing CM Punk?
Ace Steel? I could see him being friends with CM Punk.
That'd be a money
I don't know who that
act.
is. I could see it.
I want the Ryback to manage CM Punk.
Honestly, that would drive so many dimes, in my opinion. The Ryback being on TV.
AEW won't let Punk out of his deal. They hire Ryback and force them to work together as a tag team. That'd be the most incredible shit ever, Steven. Oh my god.
He's still injured, by the way.
Ryback? Shit. That's so sad.
CM Punk.
Oh. Maybe we can make Punk Ryback's
Wait, so why
manager.
Frank the Clown?
I don't. Well, he's Noelle Foley's husband, I think, so that probably helps out a little bit. But like, aside from that,
who cares? If, you know, honestly, the fact that like people who are like watching, who are like really big wrestling fans, know who he is, they'll probably get a reaction to it online, which is like what AEW probably wants. But like people watching casually don't really get it because they don't know who the fuck he is.
But that's why you got to go the opposite route. You get Luigi Primo on your show, who like no one really knows, you know, and
no,
then the casuals
I know
love it. Well, have you ever seen him live, Steven? I didn't think so.
No,
okay?
is he good live?
Did you ever talk to him backstage and he called himself Chris and you got really uncomfortable because he's Luigi Primo? I don't think so.
Wait, what? He called himself Chris? What the fuck?
I don't know what
Does he refer to him in third person? He's like, yo, it's me, Chris.
Yeah, he didn't say, hi, my name's Chris. He said, it's me, Chris.
It's me, Chris. Oh, man.
You're so right.
Poor Luigi Primo. Honestly, I thought the gimmick was really fun. Because, like, 90s wrestling gimmicks are just stupid fun. But I
miss all the pizza chef wrestlers of the 90s. Bring it back,
Hey,
guys.
you fucking garbage man, dude, okay? You fucking garbage man.
I feel like we're thinking of the 80s, right?
Oh, maybe.
Well, no.
Maybe. 90s when we got edgy.
Repo Man was very 90s. Repo Man was very 90s.
Oh.
Dr. Isaac Yankem was 90s. You have a point.
Regal was 90s, right? He was like, construction man.
He's a real man's man. But like, that's different.
Wasn't that construction man? I thought, who was a construction man?
Well, he wore a construction hat, I think, but so do the maximum male models. So you have to understand.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Fandango.
And Fandango.
Or Breezango.
Steven, how do you feel about the story that Sheamus, just like Drew McIntyre, really wants his old theme song back, and apparently WWE is just refusing to give it to him? They don't want the too many lies.
Pain?
Mm-hmm. It's a shame for pain.
Don't want to pay the rights for it.
It's so sad. Well, it's not pay for the rights. They made the fucking song, both of them. The Broken Dreams for Drew is Jim Johnston. I feel like...
Oh, well, they don't want to pay Jim Johnson money.
Oh, fuck. Well, you know... No, Jim Johnson was like a salaried employee.
That's why they never use Baron Corbin's theme, because they don't want to pay him money for that
I don't know if that counts, though, because... I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of Jim Johnson's fucking contracts, but... I feel like he was a salaried employee, so he probably doesn't get any rights after the fact to the music.
Really? I'd say we get rights, like CFO money.
I don't know. I feel like because he signed on to the company, like the company probably had 100% ownership, and he's probably there as a writer, so maybe he gets royalties from that. But theoretically, any new WWE songs would also be paying their writers. So
maybe, man, maybe. I'm not a songwriter. You know,
you should be.
I just consume
really
it.
Well.
TJP's theme song.
You hit
my
us
favorite
with your
theme song.
Rightfully so. The best lyrics in wrestling.
I like the part when he goes. Boom. I think that's how it goes.
I also like that right now wrestling Twitter is going through like a reappreciation of Baron Corbin's old theme song, the End of Days one. Sick as hell.
I thought they always liked
why they got rid of it. Well, like, but
I don't think they want to pay Jim Johnson money. That's why they got rid of it.
So fucked up. What about his Dun Dun theme song, where it's just dun 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 dun? They should bring that
the biker one when he's like a Detroitian. That was his gimmick.
Exactly, Steven. Exactly.
That was a good gimmick.
Classic Baron.
Remember his gimmick was beating up indie darlings?
I do.
That was sick.
I do indeed. Quite sick. It was quite sick. Did you know that Randy Orton watches Rampage?
What?
Yeah.
Just Rampage?
I guess he watched Claudio Castagnoli versus Dax Harwood in the main event.
Match?
And then he texted Dax and he said, Dax, this is the wrestling that we're missing. You are the best wrestler ever in the world, Dax. I love you,
Dax. Fucking dick must be so fucking hard from this dude.
My dick is hard from this.
Oh my gosh.
So I can only imagine.
Next gonna fucking come when he sees Bret Hart tweeting about this match, you know?
Well, the article said, WWE star praises Dax Harwood, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, it's just another Bret article. And then I saw Randy Orton. I was like, what the fuck?
Randy Orton said the N-word once on a live stream.
Yeah, I don't know why people don't talk about that more.
Right? Honestly, like, what the fuck?
It's kind of weird. But if everyone else is cool with Randy, I guess I am. I don't. How long ago was the live stream?
Not that long ago. I'm gonna be honest.
Shit! This is tough.
Probably like between 5 years or below.
No. Remember that one time LeVar Ball's son said. Did he say the N-word or did he say some other word on
he said beat that N-word's butt ass or whatever to the Miz. With like his dad
is what he said. Wow.
His dad was like spiritually like his animal, like trying to summon his like inner spirit demon, you know? He was like focusing on all his strength of the LeVar Ball family. While the Miz is there just fucking like what the fuck is happening right now? And then Dean Ambrose was like, dude, this guy really said the N-word on TV.
See, this is why 2016 wrestling was peak, Steven, okay? We had the Ball family on SmackDown. It does not get better than that. You know?
They're like the Kardashians of basketball.
Really, truly.
Their shirts cost a lot of money.
Truly. So, Steven, let me scan my list if there are any other topics that I had this week, because I think we may have hit them all. Oh, there was one more.
What about Sayara? The person who looks like my girlfriend on TV. And I thought it was my girlfriend.
Back.
But it wasn't
like
my girlfriend.
Like, I know we joke and stuff like that, but she really does look like my girlfriend, Steven. So, like,
crazy.
I'm so glad she's back on TV. I can't wait till Ember Storm drops her on her neck.
I like how, like, that literally happened during the match where she debuted.
It's tough. It's tough.
Sick.
At least I'm not I'm not a pretender. You know, I'm not a poser. I never claimed to like Ember Moon. I have been not a fan since the jump. Okay, so
I was kind of boring
all day.
Honestly, I feel like NXT is kind of overrated in general, but that's not a pop.
You're the only person I hear say good things about NXT.
Hey, it's NXT 2013, okay? I don't fucking care about the Adam Cole era, dude.
I'm talking about today era of NXT. You're the only person.
Oh, I love 2.0. 2.0 is sick, dude. Fuck you. Dude, Carmelo Hayes, dude, okay? That guy's sick.
Mosquito?
Yeah, get him, Mosquito. That Mosquito's probably like a fucking Brandon Fraser fan or whatever. Nathan Fraser, dude. The fans of the biggest #1 fan of Roxanne Perez, dude.
Did you see Nate Diaz dap up Stephanie McMahon earlier? That shit was crazy, okay?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. This is just
insane.
The wrestling world now. But no, the one story I had left was that Mandy Rose in an interview just outed Cora Jade for crying in the restroom after a bad match that she had.
And then Mandy, that's so sad.
Yeah, and Mandy was like, "Don't even sweat it. You know, it was a bad match at the Performance Center. This is where you're supposed to learn." So
was it a match on NXT?
No, it was at the Performance Center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like, poor Cora. Like, she doesn't need people knowing she was crying about it unless she wants people to know.
Her whole gimmick is like she's a bad girl, you know?
I know. Bad skater girl who's ruthless and turns on her friends, but she was sad because she didn't do her suplex good enough. You know, it's just
what the fuck, Mandy?
I know. This is fucked up. This is also fucked up.
I liked my story about EC3 outing Velveteen Dream as a weirdo.
Oh my god.
That was pretty sick. Did you see that?
This month-old story now? Yeah, I did see it.
Did you see his reply to it? Velveteen Dream's reply?
About the allegations that Velveteen Dream filmed men whipping out their dicks in EC3's bathroom
you know what his
during
excuse
a cocaine
was?
bender. What's that?
Is that, hey, EC3, all right, Eric, all right, we were on drugs, we were drinking, all right, that didn't happen. And you just want to know if I was
when
gay.
They are snorting coke, whip out their phone and film their friends' dicks without their consent.
EC3 just wanted to find out if I was gay. We are not friends, okay? And my character might be gay. And he just wanted to know if I was gay. So he took my phone.
He was implying that EC3 was like kind of homophobic, which I mean,
fucking weird.
Maybe.
I mean, it could
These aren't mutually exclusive. He could be homophobic
could be a thing.
and Velveteen still be a predator. These things are very possible.
That's it, guys. That was all the news.
Yeah, cool story to end off on. Thanks, Steven.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else? Oh, yeah.
He's gonna become WB champion.
That's
1
the
week
real
from now,
scoop
dude.
here, guys.
He's gonna thief. All right. Crown jewel prediction, guys, okay? Roman Reigns spears Logan Paul in like 1 minute, because let's be honest, this match is gonna be like 1 minute long, okay? There's no way this match is like fucking 20 minutes long, you know?
And then Bobby Fish comes out dressed like a white rabbit, and he cashes it.
It plays the fucking White Rabbit like theme song, right? And then it's like, who could it be? Who could it be? Roman's like looking down the arena, like really confused, doing his look like, oh, oos, I don't know what's happening. Paul Heyman's like, what is happening? He's like screaming at Roman, right? And then the lights flicker off. It turns on. I don't know what Bobby Fish's theme is. It's one of something. Did he have a theme?
Wow. It was the Undisputed, you know?
And he's like coming out. How does he do the boom?
Oh man, how does he do the boom? Does he hop like a bunny on boom? That'd be so cool.
Yeah, that's our fantasy booking this week, guys.
Hell yeah. He also loses to Roman Reigns, to be clear. He gets into the ring and gets speared and loses.
That was wrestling.
So sad.
This episode, rate us 5 stars on iTunes Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Podvine, our YouTube. Give us a like on YouTube. If you want to donate money, you don't have to, but it would be really appreciated if you do, because this podcast takes a lot of time to make.
I
you
personally wouldn't appreciate
in the links
money.
below. You can also like our TikToks. I think they're pretty funny. I like the one where I make about She-Hulk. I thought that was really funny.
Alternatively, you can also dislike TikToks now.
Can you?
I think it's like TikTok comments you can dislike now. I don't know about the actual TikTok.
Can you see those? I see them, bro. I don't know if you can like have them like noticeable by other people.
I don't know. But like if you see any negative comments in our TikToks, you can dislike them now. So we'd appreciate that.
I like the ones where they say that we have bad opinions and that we're annoying.
How dare they?
It's true.
They're wrong. Oh.
They don't give our opinions.
My bad.
So therefore they are right.
Yeah, but you know what? Their girlfriends don't look
hard.
like Paige, so fuck them and they're losers and incels. Steven, we gotta ride off into the sunset. Yeah, bitch. We'll be back next week. I'm gonna kill a mosquito.
It's me, Britt Baker, bitch.
Yeah. Fuck yeah,
yeah.
Steven. We'll be back for episode 30-something. Goodbye, guys.
Woo, bye.